Pokemon got a lot better when Team Rocket was not in the show. I just want to say, when you take them out of the show, it gets a lot better.
You just don't like cats. You just don't like cats. Admit it, Jake. Come on.
I like cats. Listen, the main character's Pokemon is a cat. I like that one. Okay, but Team Rocket every episode for 1,000 episodes being like prepare for trouble. Like shut up. Like
I love Team Rocket. What the fuck are you talking?
You're in the minority. You're in the minority, Jake.
I love them in moderation, but they keep every episode it's the same joke, the same fight every episode with these people. I can't. And now that they're gone, the series is better for it. So
I swear, everybody keeps saying like Butterfree was when Ash had to release Butterfree, that was their saddest moment in Pokemon. Screw Butterfree. And my saddest moment was when Jesse and James had to let go of Weezing and Arbok. I'm like,
yo, we got Pocket Marvel Puzzle Quest. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. That was a sad moment, you know. Screw that Butterfree. Nobody likes bug Pokemons anyways. Like,
I think all they do is just interject at the worst possible moments of a lot of episodes, and they just make the show feel way too formulaic. Well, that's my problem. Okay, but
yeah, well, when you have like over 500 episodes, I'm sorry, each episode has to feel formulaic, Jake. You know.
Listen. Horizons doesn't have that problem because they ain't in it.
Horizon just started.
Horizon just started, but so far they haven't had a formula problem. So far.
Yeah, because they just started. That's just how it works.
No. You're not telling me in the first episode onward of the original series, we're dealing with Team Rocket every day, every episode? Am I forgetting it?
Not every episode. Any season where they had a major side group, Team Rocket was not in every episode for those seasons.
I should correct myself. If it was a contest or a gym, I don't think they were in it. If I remember correctly, they would not be.
No. What I mean is if it's like a Team Aqua episode and you're doing like Kyogre stuff, there's a lot of episodes where Team Rocket won't be in there because all it'll be with them. It would just be them versus Team Aqua, and then you would say that for like the end of like the season.
I'm willing to bet those will be my favorite episodes if I went back and watched it. But I'll test the theory. I won't speak from my mouth. I will test the theory. I will go back and watch an old Pokemon season and see.
Gotcha. Well,
I heard that whatever arc, I don't know what season it was in. I heard the Team Blair arc in one of the Pokemon shows is like the best Pokemon arc of any of the animes. So I might check it out just to see.
That was all ball. It's just a lie. So I don't know why you listen to people.
Gotcha. No. Hi, audience.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, audience. We are here live once again every week for maybe 2 to 3 days a week, and we are here to bring you that fanatic goodness. So.
Exactly. Who needs a life outside of this anyway, audience? Right? You know, who needs responsibilities or obligations? Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so we gotta introduce ourselves, or?
Okay, let me do the usual shit. Welcome to PNN Live. You're here with me, Cryptid Seeker 415. I prefer green over gray when it comes to my hoax. There you go.
My name
this man hates the original color.
My name is Jake Tylenol, and I'm here to inform you, audience, that Kryptonians are powered by a yellow sun.
No, they're not.
What are you talking about?
There's a lot of suns they're powered by. It's not just by yellow sun. That's what it is.
In this case, listen. The one that we care about, the planet we care about, it's a yellow sun. Okay.
I ain't cryptid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my turn.
Yeah.
Hood legend, Bricky Wall here.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm going with. That's what it is. Go ahead and wait.
I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, or just the Witch. I don't know, depending on who you talk to, really. Pronouns they, he has not changed in years. And guess who's going to San Diego Comic-Con? And guess who's going to try to find the motherfucker who cut my boy Roop's hair? Let's fucking go.
And together, we form the Fanatics. And we talk about the news, reviews, and anime of the week.
Times?
And so tonight we will be talking about the news only. It is our Monday night news, Fanatic Night News Live. Is what
With a
Keep
little,
in mind,
with
we're
an
not talking about just the news. Yes, two reviews you want to do.
Listen. We're just trying to ease them into that. We're going to betray their trust later in the episode, but first we got to earn it. Okay. And so, we'll be talking about these things. We got an exciting show for you guys today. We'll be talking about the series finale to My Adventures with Superman, Peacemaker, Season 2, first look, Spawn, a King Spawn movie announced. And, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, we'll be talking about a little TMNT and Naruto action. So
yeah, summoning jutsu gone wrong, audience.
Yes. Yes, we have an exciting show for you guys today. And if, as usual, make sure you like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the bell so you can keep up with all our posts. Share us around, too, if you find us interesting. And leave a comment. Is Team Rocket annoying to you?
no.
Leave Team Rocket alone. That had nothing to do with it.
I'll bully them, okay? I'll bully them to the ground. But that's neither here nor there. It's time.
If you bully the bad guys, does that make you a bully?
No.
Yeah, they make a lot worse than actually Jake.
Heard we
They don't
have
do nothing but fail to steal Pokemon. You get on their case about their failures. It's enough.
You don't want any actual competition out there, Jake. Come on. They serve a purpose. But speaking of purposes, I hear we also have something called socials, don't we?
Oh, no. Yeah, that is true. Which the socials, right?
Damn.
I refuse to believe we have socials.
Yeah, I guess I could do socials if you guys are so adamant about me doing that. First off, foremost, you could subscribe to the YouTube channel, and if you don't subscribe to the YouTube channel and put on notifications, someone will come into your house, go into your room, go into your bed, and stick little push pins in you until you do it, and then we will politely take it out as a separate entity.
Let like a bricky wall will replace your bedroom wall and stare at you all night.
Exactly. Not a brick, a wall specifically. If you want to follow us on Twitter, where you can see our Twitter account interact with me all the fucking time. You can follow us at Comic Fanatic 69 because I said so. Follow us, or else I will send Austin after you. And you do not want a brick wall following after you. Just letting you know that now. It's not fun. Speaking of Twitters, you can follow me on Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U because I'm not changing that. And if you want to follow me on the TikTok and the Instagram, you can follow me at witch_of_Jotunheim. I do post things on there. And this week, you will see some new cosplay debuts because I worked really hard on them and I want you guys to see it. So stay tuned for some cosplay stuff.
No.
Yeah. And San Diego Comic-Con endeavors. Yeah.
Well, while we stay tuned for that, let's go on to the topics of the week, audience. And what better way to start tonight off? Hold on a sec. With a little discussion of Peace. Peacemaker Season 2, first glimpses.
Yeah, so what universe does it take place in?
They listen to no one. We already know that.
Yeah. From what I heard, it's just not going to be affected by anything that's going on. Come on, audience. Peacemaker is on that Deadpool border where, you don't really have to tie him in with anything or ground him with anything that's canon, I like
they already did that though. You can't say it's not one of the things not tied. They tied it.
Kind of did it. If you remember the finale, we actually saw the Justice League and we saw two Leaguers from the movies that we've seen earlier. Saturday.
Well, I'm sorry this series wants to promote peace, audience, all right? Sometimes peace comes out.
All they had to do when the second season starts, redo the ending and just don't know the Justice League.
Yeah. Sometimes peace comes at a cost. And in this case, the price was continuity, all right? Okay. But anyway, we do get treated to go ahead, Jake.
So this is the first look. What was it? Where'd you see it? I looked that up on YouTube.
There were some set photos.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So not really the first look.
Yeah. So, you can decipher a lot from this image alone, right? From what we see is like there's like graffitis, illustrations of Peacemaker, who what looks like to be a new white dragon, and a mysterious other figure who's wearing Peacemaker's color scheme, which many people are led to believe that that might actually end up being his brother.
Oh, didn't his brother die? Wasn't it like very clear that his brother died?
Yeah, but they don't matter. I'm looking
Yeah, Lazarus pipped that bastard, Jake. Come on.
I guess the show would explain it. I just why would he get this random revival? I guess.
Yeah. What his brother went through is nothing compared to what Jason Todd went through. All right, and if you could accept he could come back, so can Peacemaker's brother. But in terms of the new White Dragon, I'm like, ooh, yeah, I'm kind of interested in that. Audience, I liked the first season of Peacemaker, but one noticeable problem they did have was the fact that they had two sets of villains that literally had nothing to do with each other. So that was like a complete waste that, you brought out White Dragon in that, it was a lost opportunity. I mean, it ended prematurely, in my opinion. Peacemaker killing him, who, just happened to be his dad. And so, yeah, we're going to see a new version of that. I don't know how this will work in the public eye, given the fact that, the original White Dragon, was a racist. I don't know how big his reputation is to the superhero world, but he's very openly similar to a real life hate group.
Look, the last one's a racist, the new one's a boomer. It's okay.
I guess.
What if the new White Dragon is just very progressive? What if he's just like a very progressive?
Nah, he'll still be insensitive. He just won't be like that intentional. How with the old one was.
I would give them props if they go the exact opposite route and show like the douchebagginess of the other side of conservatism. Yep.
But
still looking forward to it. Guys have any thoughts on this? Two new characters?
Not really. It's just a photo, so I mean, I don't really have much. I mean, you can get some plot details from it, but it's not really much for me to go on, I guess.
You guys hyped to see his brother come back?
I don't care.
We didn't know anything about his brother except for the dad liked him. So I don't know anything common about these people, so I have no real insight on what it could even be.
But maybe it'll be interesting. I need a trailer. I think Peacemaker is like, I don't know much about Peacemaker, so it's like I just need a trailer to be interested in anything he does. So
yes, well, you gotta remember this is basically
he's not a
character.
True.
Gotcha. Well, alrighty then. I guess with that we can move on. Go ahead, Witch.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking.
Cool. So I want to give you guys some context on how I learned about this, because I wouldn't have really known about this if I wasn't informed. So some of you guys might know my friend JT. Not this JT, a different JT. So they messaged me on both Discord and Instagram to send me a screenshot of an article from Twitter and saying that Kevin Feige might have plans in the future to give us an Alpha Flight property. And I was like, okay. So you go tell Lily, and I'll go look into this. I don't know if they told Lily yet, but Lily, if you're watching this, yay, I guess. I don't know. I'm scared. But regardless. So I watched the video that they tagged, and it was for Deadpool Wolverine. It was an interview for that new Deadpool movie coming out this week, actually. And the interviewers are like, oh yeah, this is like the most Canadian movie superhero movie we've seen. So we must ask, is there going to be an Alpha Flight movie in the future? And Kevin Feige was like, there's a lot of Canadians who I work with that might be interested in this, so we're just going to have to wait and see. And I'm like, Kevin, with how you might do the Young Avengers, I am both excited yet terrified, because I hold this team really near and dear to my heart. please let me be on your writing staff, or at least let me give a breakdown of everything that these writers need to know about this fucking team.
Mhm.
And if we have a movie or a show or whatever, or a special presentation, and Mac doesn't die within like the first 2 episodes or the first 30 minutes of the movie, I'm going to be pissed. If they tried to cast a non-Jewish actor to play Sasquatch, I'm going to lose my shit. If they cast a straight actor to play North Star, I'm going to be pissed. If they cast a non-Indigenous actor to play both Snowbird and Shaman, I'm going to be very annoyed. So, you can only do so much. I understand that. However, it's not that hard to cast the right people for this and have the right team working on this. And I think what would be funny, I don't know why, but with the amount of people who get mad that a lot of black actors tend to get casted as redhead roles, I think it would be low-key kind of funny if they casted a black woman to be Heather Hudson. I think that would be funny. But at the same time, I don't know. I will fight in defense of this on Twitter if I need to. So don't test your luck. I'll fight a bitch. Someone in that comment section were being like, I'd rather see this character, and I was like, because they were talking shit about Alpha Flight while also wanting their own character in the in the MCU, and I was like, how fucking dare you, bitch? Like, at least Alpha Flight has volume 5 going for it, you know? Like, what does your fucking character have?
I would say, yeah, if they can bring Kamala Khan, then Alpha Flight with all their history has
if
a
they
way
can bring
better shot than
Mr.
most characters.
Immortal into this fucking cinematic universe, I think that we can have Alpha Flight.
Yeah, like you said, if I'm Alpha Flight, there's a lot of stuff you have to do to get it right. And we don't know if Kevin Feige or current Marvel is in a position where they will do it. More often than not.
They want to be picky. Right now, they're in a state where they want to be picky with what projects will be coming up that will be, profitable or whatever,
Yeah, so let's see how X-Men turn out, and then that can be that it's an X-Men, obviously, in one way or another.
I will fight a bitch. I will fight a bitch in defense of Alpha Flight. Don't think I won't. I'll do it. I'll do it. Anyway, yeah, that's basically it. We didn't get much on this. So I will be bringing my Alpha Flight love with me to San Diego Comic-Con. As you guys know, I'm cosplaying 2 different versions of North Star, so stay tuned for that.
Question, who's the villain for the movie if it is getting a movie?
Okay, realistically, it would probably be Master of the World because that's their most, popular quote-unquote villain. But if it's going to be a TV show, I think that you can play. I know he's fucking stupid. I hate him. Yeah. He's like a caveman that got experimented on by a group of aliens that Marina happens to be a part of. It's like a whole thing.
This is the first time I ever heard of that villain.
Oh, trust me.
We thought about it before. That's what's funny.
But if we were to have a show, which I kind of would prefer a show, but if we were to have a special presentation first, I would get into that real quick. If we had a special presentation, I think they should fight the Tundra from the Great Beasts. I think that would be pretty interesting because that was the first quote unquote villain that they fought in issue 1. And then if they're having a show, we could start off with a Tundra plot line, and then we can have them fight Omega Flight, which is how Mac would die. Because he dies not long after fighting Omega Flight. It's a whole thing. And then we can have Master of the World. Master of the World is fucking stupid. I hate him. I've always hated him. If you read Alpha Flight,
it's not a good name.
But if they bring in Deadly Ernest, I'm going to be even more annoyed because I hate him more. I don't know who I hate more, Deadly Ernest or freaking Master of the World. I don't like either of them. They're pretty awful people. Basically, Deadly Ernest is a guy who basically avoided death because he was like, fuck you, death, during, after World War I or whatever. And and basically, if he touches you, you die. But technically, that's not how that works because he just takes your soul for a while. And if you don't have your soul back, you die. I don't know. It was a whole thing. Go read Alpha Flight. Maybe it'll explain it better for you. Or if you just go on his wiki page, whatever. But I think this should be a show rather than a movie. Or start out as a special presentation going into a show. Does that make sense? Because I think they could do that. It will get people introduced into Alpha Flight with the special presentation, see what their powers are, what their deal is, and then if people like it enough, you can give it a show. Does that make sense? You know what? I
Yep.
should really email Kevin Feige about that. I'm like, I have ideas. I'm gonna bully you on Twitter even more if you don't do this. So yeah, that's my idea. Also, in this picture that you see in front of you, that specific Aurora cosplay, that's supposed to be yellow and white, not black and white, because her original costume is black and white to go match her brother's. But in the comics, when she has a mental crisis and basically cuts her hair and changes her outfit, it's yellow and white. Yeah.
Ah.
Also, Sasquatch is supposed to be more orange. Okay, that's it. Also, fuck you, Mac. I hate you. Hope you die.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah,
Any
that's
other
it.
thoughts? Any other thoughts on this, guys?
No.
Not
Gotcha.
really. Like I don't know a lot about Elf, like stuff their like crossover stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
can't really say like what stories they personally have or should do. But I
No,
do
I
think
think.
we need to wait and see how they handle the X Men themselves before they try to
Yeah.
do Alpha.
Yeah. But
I mean, I guess,
Marvel.
but at the same time,
Marvel.
Alpha Flight, even though Alpha Flight did debut in an X-Men comic, they work really well just by themselves. And I think
No,
that's
no,
what I like about them. And fun fact, Lady Deathstrike actually makes her first appearance in an Alpha Flight comic.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't mean in that sense. I mean we'll see how they handle race, sexuality, all the other stuff when they do the X Men team, because we know they want to do Bobby and stuff like that. So that'll give us a first indication of how they will handle that situation when it comes to Alpha Flight, which is more of that on
Also,
a smaller scale.
another quick thing that I wanted to bring up regarding that, I already know, like I have a feeling that when they bring in Alpha Flight into the MCU, people they're all the news people are going to like do it wrong when they're talking about North Star because
Yep.
yes, he's the first openly gay character in comics, like in Marvel, but not in the MCU because that was like a whole thing. And I know people are going to be pissed off about that. So I feel like you have to
Mm-hmm.
word it right or else people are going to get really pissed. Also, another thing, speaking of the twins, I hope that they actually consult people who have dissociative identity disorder because they do her so fucking dirty in the comics. Like, I don't care if it was in the 80s and in the
Mm-hmm.
90s and the 2000s and the 2010s. Do her justice.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it would be nice if they casted a little person to play Puck. Okay, I don't like what Bill Mantlo did to his character. Um, Bill Mantlo had a vendetta for some of these characters. I don't know why, but he can only do so much. Also, if Shaman isn't a fucking dilf in this book, I don't want it.
This
Like in
isn't a
this,
book.
I mean not book. Well, yes, in the books, but also in the MCU. If he's not a dilf, I'm gonna be pissed
Mm-hmm.
because that's a part of his
Yeah.
character. Like after his life goes to the shitter, like he got 10 times hotter. So yeah.
Yeah.
Also, fuck
With
you, Mac.
regard
I hope you die.
with, with
Because
regards to
Alpha
Puck.
Flight is way better when Heather was the leader.
Gotcha. With Puck. Yeah, let's try going with somebody aside from Peter Dinklage. Yeah, be honest, he is
They
Well,
not
he
the
can't
was
only
do Peter
one.
already
Dinklage because we
he was
already
already
saw
in
him in the
the
movie,
MCU.
and he was giant. He wasn't
Yeah,
no makeup or anything.
He was
yeah, they
already a
do.
dwarf in the freaking
Yeah,
MCU.
yeah, but I don't really see people like when they bring up like I saw some people bring up Puck before, and everyone's like, "Oh, Peter Dinklage." Like, there are other
Well, that
actors
was
that could do that
before
task.
that. And back then,
Yeah.
Puck was the Game of Thrones still hot, but it done died
Mm-hmm.
down since then. I think it'll be okay.
Uh-huh. There we
But like
go.
I feel like they should pay really close attention to who they cast.
Mm.
Like some people
I
you
think.
might have a bit more of leeway. I guess leeway you can do a bit more colorblind casting for some of these characters. Like saying Marina, she's a fucking a green fish lady. You can cast whoever the fuck you want as long as she's green. Mac, you can do whatever you want as long as he's still the
I was gonna
worst.
bet they're gonna make her blue because they made all Namor super blue, just like the
No,
Magic
she's
Fish.
not.
Yeah,
She's not an Atlantean. She's a Plodex.
no,
She's a
they're
different fish.
going.
She's an alien. She's an alien.
They're
I was
going to
gonna bet
say,
about it here.
yeah,
I'll tell you.
Well,
yeah.
and then when it comes to
I think.
Sasquatch, as
I
long
think.
as you cast a Jewish actor, I don't care.
I kind of want him to
I.
look the same way because I like
Mhm.
his contrast of how he looks to how Bruce Banner looks. I just think it's funny.
Mhm. Yeah.
Dude, I don't trust some people's freaking fan castings because sometimes they're just inherently wrong, and this team definitely got the back end of that.
I think realistically, you have to consider like you're not going to get every checkbox when it comes to casting. You know, I mean,
No,
it is
I'm
like
bullying Kevin Feige. I'm bullying him. Kevin, if
like
I know
there's
you're
so
not
many
watching this,
characters.
but if you are watching this,
Mhm.
if you don't cast these motherfuckers correct, I'm gonna be very annoyed. Also, one more quick thing before we move on. Snowbird. I already know she's already gonna have a very controversial casting situation because she is the daughter of a human man and an indigenous goddess. So I think, in my personal opinion, they should cast an indigenous woman. But I know there's gonna be a lot of people who have never read Alpha Flight before be like, they need to cast a white woman because she's blonde. I'm like, okay, just like that's like she literally said on panel that's basically just her skin suit. You know, that's the appearance that she chose to look like. She's a
I think it's
demigod.
gonna be the opposite situation.
Like, please, like that's all I ask. Like one of the few things I ask for. Please cast a indigenous actress to play Snowbird. Like they do exist. You just gotta like look hard enough, you know. And yeah, that's basically it. I am very nervous and very excited at the same time. As long as they do it right, I will be okay. If they don't do it right, I'm going to bully someone on Twitter.
Don't get excited yet. We don't even know if it's actually gonna happen. We gotta wait to see.
I know.
Yeah. But
At the same time, don't do me dirty, Feige. I will fight you. I will find you, and I will fight you on Hall H. Don't think I won't. Do not think I won't. I will pull up. Exactly.
alrighty
Anyway,
then.
move on.
So, guys, we'll move on.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, I mean, we should move on because it's your turn next, Austin.
I don't want to move on anymore. We want this
Yeah.
long.
Go. You're the one who brought up this topic, so you better talk about it.
There will be no moving on.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
Yes.
King Spawn. So, King Spawn movie. We knew this movie was coming. We just didn't know what it was going to be about. This is a Jamie Foxx Spawn movie that's been talked about since before the 2019. Well, yeah, 2019 Hellboy movie, I believe.
Dude, they've
Like,
been
it's been a minute doing this movie.
Austin, they've been talking about like Jamie Foxx Spawn movie since like to 2010s, man. Come on.
It's the time before time. There's always been talks about another Spawn movie.
Yeah. It took them like what? It took them like what? 15 years to finally give it a name. Jeez, you know?
Yeah. But I really wonder what the case is because we don't have a lot of behind the scenes stuff with this movie. But people, anyone don't know, King Spawn is the spinoff of Spawn. I believe this is after he fought the devil and God. Well, he was like either one of them, but people think he fought them. People don't know he didn't actually fight them. They kind of just got tired, but he didn't beat either of them. But people will tell you that he beat God and them. But King Spawn's the one with you see him with the angel wing on the cover. It's weird to start a movie at this point. And this is supposed to be like years later, Spirit Spawn. Most people only even know like the loosest origin of Spawn. Or they know the cartoon. But the cartoon and the first movie don't really cover the actual full origin of Spawn. So it's weird to see them jump to a whole side look.
Most people just know Spawn for that wicked ass design, you know?
Yeah.
That dark, demonic aesthetic.
Look, since they're doing King Spawn, you know, whatever. I'm not going to fight them about it. But I really hope they don't do this storyline where Spawn's wife, Wanda, I think it was in the cartoon at some point too, where you saw he had sex with her with a different body, blah, blah, blah. We don't want to talk about that. That one not fine today's media. But he did that, and she got pregnant, and then she lost, if I remember the comic, she lost the baby.
Oh, damn.
So
go
ahead.
So you're telling me Spawn pulled a Wonder Woman, 1987?
Yeah, well, he disguised himself as his best friend, who Wanda was with at the time. And so she thought it was him. Yeah, it was messed up.
He
Like
pulled a
if it
screw.
happens today, they're gonna call it rape and people aren't gonna watch the film. Like they can't do
He
that.
pulled. Wait, is it rape if that's your former husband? Wait, now I'm
If you didn't
confused.
know that, so yeah,
Okay. Okay, that's gonna be something to bring up in court. My husband R-word me. Wait. Hmm? Okay, maybe I think too
well,
much into
it's not
this.
his husband now, so it's like,
Okay.
but that's in that storyline they brought back the baby. Said, oh, she didn't actually die. She got saved by the angels or demons. I don't remember, and she was raised to
Mhm.
be hell spawn, like other stuff. So she tried to kill Spawn. She didn't kill Spawn. They found out they're related, and then she disappeared. And when she came back, they just act like they weren't related, and then they didn't know who she was. Like it doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
So like, I just hope they don't do the daughter storyline. And not only will how it started not fly in today's media for most people, it's
Yeah.
also trying to adapt it will feel like you're wasting time. I don't know what
Yeah.
story
Oh
you
yeah.
would do in King Spawn that's worth a movie that
Yeah.
isn't the order.
How do you bounce? How do you carry on after that if they do a sequel too? You know.
Yeah,
Well, Spawn already defeated God and the devil. What else? What else is there? Going to the multiverse?
yeah. It's hard. I don't know, man. Maybe you just have to do a full image kind of universe where you just have them like you reveal that. I don't mean in the sense of like the image movie universe, but in the sense of you have other heroes also exist in the timeline instead of just
Yep.
being like, oh, every film just Spawn and trying to fight the devil or God or some random demon
Um,
like a Ghost Rider film.
so I see you want this to be like an Image comic sort of a celebration, right?
Yeah, because like any other person in Spawn that I like is like Angela used to be in Spawn. Angela, who is now Thor's sister in Marvel, used to be in Spawn, and she was
That's
an angel from
Oh,
Spawn.
I completely forgot about that.
So like, if they still had her, they could have did more, but they don't. The cartoon had an angel girl who you could use to help flesh out some of that stuff. But they killed her off in that too, and I don't remember her from the comics at all. So I don't think she was in it.
Wow.
So it's like the side characters aren't good enough to. They have to do a lot of work to make the side characters more interesting. I guess I'll put it like that.
Yep, yep.
I don't know, man. I pray for the best, but I'm not gonna hold my breath if it's bad.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, man, you have like what at least 5 years of them
At
having
least
to take
25
their
years
time.
before they do
Yes.
something with it. So we got
Yeah, yeah. It took what 15 years for them to come up with a title, so they're taking their time, Austin. They're taking their time. You know.
well,
Oh man.
well,
All
I
right.
might I might have to leave after this because they're texting me now. So I want to do the TMNT and Naruto topic before we leave. Lightly.
Okay. Okay. We'll do that. Hold on a sec. All right, we're jumping into the comic news for Austin. So, all right, introduce this topic, Austin.
They're doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Naruto crossover.
Yeah, you hear
I
that,
did.
audience? You hear that,
Go ahead.
audience? This is a summoning jutsu gone wrong.
If you
I
were, if you were,
don't know how I feel about it.
this was teased to you before because IDW on their one of the IDW writers said that Sonic will be actually crossing over with some big crazy thing later this year, and so they were teasing that they made a partnership with Shueisha, so they could do this Naruto crossover with TMNT. But that means Sonic will
Mhm.
also have a
That's
movie.
not. That has nothing to do with teasing this book.
No, what I'm saying is IDW was crossing over with Shueisha. That's what they were teasing. That's why I crossed over. That's why it counts to this conversation. Yes.
It
Mhm.
doesn't though.
Okay.
Anyway, ignoring what he just said, we're going to talk about the logistics of this. So obviously Naruto tried to summon his giant frog and summon the Team Ninja. The real question is, how well will the turtles be effective in this timeline? I don't think they can fight anybody above like rank A.
You gotta
I'm not
remember,
gonna lie to you.
audience, dude, audience, you gotta remember, even Gennies could count as super soldiers and at base level. You know how much they're able to
I
perform.
don't know. Well, I don't know what the IDW turtles can do. If they're like anything like the Rise turtles, they should be okay for this era.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue even the Rice Turtles will not hang with the top of Naruto when they get to the end of the
I don't
series.
know people that Naruto be fighting. I think they could do like the Mist Village. They can do the Mist Village arc or something like that.
The Mist Village from season 1.
Yeah, they could. I'm not saying they would solo. I'm saying they can. They can do something.
Yeah, it's like you gotta be like, damn, they can fight Zabuza.
Yeah, they can fight.
To be fair, it is Kid Naruto we see, so I guess Zabuza and Haku would not be a bad guess to fight. But it feels weird to get part 1 Naruto in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and not like 17-year-old Naruto.
No, they could.
Naruto fight. Count your blessings that this isn't. Count your blessings, audience, that this isn't a Boruto crossover.
You forget the turtles are so trash. They can't even get a hit on Batman. So, they're gonna.
Yeah, that's also the Batman. Bad history of crossover TMNT has. They got Nerf versus Batman. Yeah. I think people like their Power Rangers ones. It's just like power levels all over the place because Power Rangers.
It had a good premise, you know.
Yeah.
If it was in Boruto, they would fucking die because every villain in Boruto would like easily neg them. They couldn't be in that book, by the way.
It's funny. It's similar though. If I did this, what I would do is I'll have this happen during the killing exams where they have to go fight Gaara. I think that'll be funny.
Oh god!
The Gaara fight with the TMNT Turtles and Naruto.
That whole fight was like them just needing to get to Gaara to take him out of Shukaku. They could probably
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think that could work, and I think it'll be more interesting.
Yeah. Sasuke, where was all that leg speed you build up on to match Broccoli when you were chasing Gaara? Right? Huh? What happened?
Hey man, that man was tired.
Okay.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Okay, we talked about how the turtles could, how they would interact in the Naruto world. Let me ask you this: what do you think will be hilarious to see the turtles bring into the Naruto universe?
Pizza. I would love to see Naruto eat pizza.
Already did this, where they have the meme of Sasuke going to his village and be like, "This is where my clan died, Raphael." And then Raphael's like,
"How a bummer!"
Yeah, how a bummer.
I see your vision.
You want them to do that scene? That would be terrible.
I know it would, but it'd be funny. Funny to me. No, but actually, being serious, I don't know.
I would see them feed Naruto pizza. I like to see Naruto's reaction to something that's not ramen.
Yeah.
There's other food.
No, you know Naruto will put ramen over that pizza, man. Come on.
No, I don't think he's that gross. Okay, that's disgusting.
The turtles don't have anything in common with any of the Konoha 12 at this point.
Yeah, I'm trying
to. It depends on where you think this is. If this is like shutting down, I think combo TMNT would be okay based on what I saw. I don't know if they can beat Rock Lee, but they might be all of them might be under Russell.
I don't know what the IDW turtles be doing these days. I know they have.
They're doing it now. So
that's what I'm saying. I don't know what they be doing. I know the ones before them, they did a little magic stuff, but I don't know if they had magic, so I don't know if they can do ninjutsu. I'm sure Leonardo will unlock ninjutsu or some shit. He'll
they go like, oh yeah, your jutsu is actually just chakra. See your chakra coils.
Yeah.
I want that image. I want the picture of the turtles inside with the chakra coils like they do with Naruto. I'll just see what it looks like.
Yeah.
I kind of want that.
But
I really don't know what you'll do besides.
Oh, you have Donnie make ninja tools ahead of time because I wasn't a thing till later. So he makes the ninjutsu tools that Boruto uses to cheat. He can make that. So, yeah. Raphael, he's probably gonna. Mikey.
I'll just start out with Raph with the Sasuke. I think it'll be funny. Edgy Sasuke, full black outfit. That would be hilarious.
I think Michelangelo is gonna be Kakashi's friend. I think the obvious pick would be Leonardo. I think Mikey and Kakashi gonna have some words. I feel honestly.
Yeah.
Nah, I think he'll adore Kakashi.
I think Kakashi spends time with Guy though, and Guy is not like.
No, he does not.
Hey,
Guy falls from around. He does not spend time with Guy.
Unless he does.
Kakashi tolerates Guy.
No.
Yeah, them being two old men and have that long history together is different from some random ninja turtle man showing up and bothering you.
I could see them putting it like a goofy antic situation. That's what I'm saying. Because they already do it in Boruto anyway. I don't see why they wouldn't.
I mean, hey Jake, think of it this way: how many?
Yeah, but it's the same writer, so it's like I don't trust them to do the exact same thing.
Jake, think of it this way: at that point, how many people of Kakashi's generation are left for him to hang out with?
You would have to see. You haven't seen how goofy this motherfucker gets in Boruto.
We need to do that whole dumb race in Shippuden.
Yeah, they have that.
We know they get goofy, but we also know they have like 30 years of history. I wouldn't put Mikey in there just to be like, oh, yeah, he does goof stuff with Guy. He can do goof stuff with this guy.
I don't know. I can see them doing something to be ironic because you would think like maybe Leo.
I see Mikey and Naruto doing pranks, and them trying to do that.
I can see yeah.
The problem is, who do you pair with Sakura?
Nobody. None of these people go with Sakura. None of them like him. Like her.
Sakura for the crossover. This is Gen 1 Sakura. She's worthless. Come on.
Unless they treated her like April, there's like I don't see why they would keep her. Why the turtles would be friends with her. They don't have any.
She does nothing at this point. Come on, we all know that.
Yeah, but they're doing a crossover. They're not going to throw Sakura away. They're also going to do something with her.
Unless this is after Tsunade's in the village, and she has medical ninjutsu. I guess that's the only thing. I don't know what that will correlate with them with. So I don't know.
Maybe she's the one to teach him chakra control.
Unless one of the turtles are dealing with being useless in their book. I don't really see the.
Well, to be fair, they're not probably. Most like isn't a canon crossover either book. You just give me to.
I'm saying like maybe they'll pull something that they're already dealing with in the main book and just say like, oh, these teams dealing with it here.
If anyone would be that, it would be Donnie.
Yeah, Donnie's dealt with that before. That was in 2012, where he's like, oh, I just have a stupid stick. I want to have a stick.
No, I don't even like that sense. It's like I know at one point in IDW, the turtles kind of outgrew Donnie's tech weapons and stuff like that. They didn't need them to win.
Yeah,
but they're just that good at some point.
Yeah.
Donnie has all that brains, yet his weapon of choice is a stick.
Well, Donnie's gonna
that's the best weapon, though.
I think Donnie's gonna do ninja tool shit because that will be a way to because I mean we already know Boruto and they have ninja tools. I could see him just making tools to make ninjutsu work for him. Do it. Other than that, I mean I don't know. Leo's order. I'm like, who does? I guess do you put him with Sasuke or do you put Raph with Sasuke?
No, you put Raph with Sasuke because Raph can understand Sasuke's anger, which might help young Sasuke a little bit in this book.
Yeah. Also, put Master.
Or you do pair Leo and Sasuke, and then that will work like that. Where he's like, I see this angle before I saw it in Raph, so I want to help this guy specifically.
Maybe they're running.
I think Akashi can help Raph a lot. I think what if he sees Sasuke in Raph and we see Raph in Sasuke, and that's why they throw off like that.
What is the time skip?
It's not though. It's not doing time skip. We know it's during part 1.
Yeah, but I'm saying like part 1 doesn't. The Shippuden doesn't cover the time skip, at least to my knowledge. They could just be.
No. I'm telling you, we know it's actively during part 1, like during the episodes of part 1.
Okay, part 1 is happening right now. Okay.
Yeah, this isn't Naruto left the village with Jiraiya, from my understanding.
I don't know. Leo's hard. That's what I'm saying. You put.
We don't even know who's writing this book, do we?
No.
It wasn't there when I looked.
I don't see Leo and Kakashi have anything to really talk about. Unless this Leo's been through some shit by now. I don't see them really talking about much. Leo's not a perv. So
well, if Leo's struggling being the leader, thinking about loss and other stuff, Kakashi would be the major person to help him with that.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing now. I don't know if that's something on his mind right now, but maybe it is. I don't know.
That's saying on his mind now. We don't. It's not canon. It don't matter what's on his mind now.
I'm coming up with ideas based off what the direction of the characters are. I know that might not be the case, but if we're coming up with ideas just shooting the shit, I'm gonna
Just
assume.
shoot the shit with anything you know about Teenage Mutant Turtles. Any story arc they can relate.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Gotcha.
Okay, Leo has history of dealing with loss, with his fear for his brothers, all the other stuff. Kakashi, who has lost team members, all that stuff, would be the person to help him embrace and get over that feeling if they want to do that.
There's where a rock fell on my best friend's face, Leonardo.
Yeah, way more people died in just Obito, but sure.
Oh wait!
But,
guys, do you remember what was the cause of Rin's death?
Kakashi killed her. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know why, right? Because you had to put.
Yeah, because she jumped in the way. Because you were dumb.
No, you put it because the Water Village put a certain tailed beast in Rin, and what animal was that beast?
They're not gonna have them fight a whole tail beast. Okay, they're not gonna do that. I'm taking that.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I would think Kakashi out of anybody will kind of be a little iffy around turtles. Just saying, you know.
No. I doubt they'll go that good.
Turtles?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess there's gonna be a scene where Naruto has to have the sling.
Oh, I already know what they're gonna do, Jake. They're gonna have the Teenage Mutant Ninja do the bell test with Kakashi.
Do the what?
The
yeah,
bell test.
Yeah, they're gonna do that. Yeah, for sure. But do the turtles like how much are they rookies? Do the turtles I feel like the turtles.
Okay, we need more information before we start saying where they can go. But they have to do the bell test of teamwork. What's the team we do to? I feel like that's the easiest step to do.
Yeah. I feel like they're gonna do the scene where Naruto talks about his days on the swing, and they're gonna play the music.
I was say, if this crossover works how the Power Rangers ones did, or like the Justice League, wherever, then it's just like, oh, your general knowledge of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. These are those turtles.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all right. It probably won't be the last anime crossover we see from IDW. So.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: do you think they're going to let them do jutsus, like actual jutsus?
Nah.
The turtles? Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Because the only thing you know in Naruto that to do jutsu, you have to be born with a chakra system. You can't just come to this world and get here, or you have to eat a magic jade fruit.
Even in 2003, they weren't talking about chakra, but they were talking about the turtles having chi before. So like, I don't see why they don't.
Kaki do hand signs with 3 fingers. Like,
I mean, you could do a jutsu.
To be fair, that's some jutsu. You just gotta cross your fingers a little bit. It's not that hard. You're telling me they can't do the shadow clone jutsu, which is just doing your hands like this?
Yeah, you have to do the ox sign and all that. You have to do the ox signs and all that stuff. You have to do like a multiple signs to do like the fireball jutsu. I know that specific thing.
Well, you used to. They might not do that in this book.
And like I said, Donnie could just make a ninjutsu tool that just does it for him. So
he just made some extra fingers.
Yeah. So, you know. So yeah, it is what it is. They'll probably have a scene where the turtles spend time with Naruto in his house.
Okay, Naruto.
Yeah, you cut out. That was funny. If they go to Naruto's house,
that actually worked out really well in his favor for some reason.
Yeah.
wait. If they do Naruto's house, that's where I want the Raph Howell Bummer thing, where you see how poor this kid is.
This is where I watched my parents die, Raphael. Cow bummer.
This is where the Hokage stuffed me after my parents died, Raph. How a bummer.
The turtles will be like,
I'm calling this book a flop, and I'm not even reading it.
Yeah, I guess it also matters. What era of turtles are they doing? Are we doing like the funny or the serious one?
I think from what it looks like, it probably is the funny one.
I think it's gonna be they have that 2003 energy where they're like goofy when they're not doing anything, but they'll be serious when it's time to scrap. So I think 2003 vibe Turtles works better with this team. With this.
Well, if it's 2003, they definitely can't fight. These niggas get cooked.
Yeah. So, I mean it like attitude. So
yeah.
No.
I was like, you're gonna their magic weapons from Rise. Like, just do like the General Turtles and give them their magic weapons from various series and stuff. You have a fighting chance.
Mm-hmm.
I want Raphael to have to do the Sasuke retrieval mission by himself. He has to go get Sasuke.
I want another Dick. I want Raphael from the movie. I want like the Night Hunter, Night Stalker, whatever.
Oh.
And then in 2007 movie, I want the turtles when they just broke up to come back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go. But yeah, IDW, tell it.
We'll be talking about the issue when it comes out, audience.
Yeah.
But alrighty then. Austin, you
I have
said
to head out.
you're
So
alright, man. It was fun
y'all be
having you,
safe.
man.
I got an hour and a half drive to go do. So
Good luck with that, dude. Alright then. Well, with
Wish is
that
coming with
on.
me, so I'll be alright.
You said I'll come with you.
Gotcha. Alright. Well, with that, let's move on to the next. Jake, this is you, man.
How do I want to introduce this? I could be very funny with this, or I could be very soft with this. Okay, I think I got it. Brainiac forgets Kryptonians are powered by the sun, and My Adventures with Superman season 2.
Okay. Explain this, man.
So the finale is such that like last time on My Adventures Superman and Supergirl were pinned down by Lex Luthor's Metallo robots that Brainiac took control over. But it's okay because the cavalry has come in. General Lane, Livewire, all of Superman's villains, and even Henry Irons, who was set up before, they've come to Superman's rescue. And because the fate of the world's at stake, so everybody's going to come together, basically. I actually like that. I don't like it, but like Superman calls his villains his friends because they helped him one time. I was like, okay, Clark, cool, chill. But anyway, so the grand plan is we gotta stop Brainiac. We gotta get rid of Brainiac. We'll save the day. There's a great moment I actually like, Krypton, where Amanda Waller seeing all of her plans fall apart. Is at this point Superman hasn't been saved yet, so it's just her versus the world, and she loads up a gun. And Lex is like, where are you going? She's like, I'm going to do what I promised I was going to do. Protect the goddamn Earth. And she looks at Lex, and Lex is like, so what are you going to do? And Lex looks at her, and he books it the other way. Like he just runs.
You leave the hair behind, Lex. Try, you don't deserve that hair.
So, Amanda Waller goes into battle and it gets saved by General Lane, and they work together, yada yada. So Superman and Supergirl, they get their second win, and the villains and Superman and Supergirl work together to make their way to Brainiac. But Brainiac's like, don't worry, you think I would brainwash Kara and not have a backup plan? So he activates the Eradicator Protocol. As the Eradicator Protocol overrides all of Supergirl's free will and makes her a puppet of Brainiac. And so now Superman has to fight Supergirl again. Last time they fought, Superman got his ass whooped. So, not really good.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily, Superman has a plan this time. And this time, he hugs the brainwashing out of her.
That sounds like something he would do.
She's like, this is your home, Car. He's about to punch her in the face. Then he goes for a hug, and then Lois hugs her, and then Jimmy hugs her, and then eventually
she didn't know about this plan until like 2 weeks ago.
Episode of Steven Universe. What is this?
Yeah, guys, she knew about this planet like not even a week ago, did she?
What? But listen, okay, so the way they try to lead into it, she might not know about this planet, but she feels guilty about being the destroyer of other planets she thought she was saving, basically. So she wants to help Earth because she wants to genuinely be a hero. She wants to actually do the thing she thought she was doing the whole time, basically. As far as her connection to the others, you are right. She does not know these people. But they hugged the brainwashing out of her, and now she's ready to fight. Basically, so Supergirl and Superman push Brainiac's ship into space, and they push him closer to the sun. And so Brainiac's like, all right, listen. Oh, yeah, so we get Brainiac's origin, and I like that it was basically him just rage quitting, so he was made as the war robot for Krypton, right? And so then Krypton was at war with some other planet, and they were like, and then Jor-El, he's like, you know what, we shouldn't be at war anymore. Let's try for peace. And so the day they were going to have peace, Brainiac was like, well, if you have peace, then what are you going to do with me? You're going to shut me down. And so he blew up Krypton himself. So he's like,
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That sounds like something you would do.
Yeah, so he just rage quit. He's like, no peace. And so he blew it up, basically. And so we learned that earlier in the episode. Anyway, so now that he's going to lose and he's going to die, he rage quits again. He's like, you know what? If I'm going to die, I'm taking you with me. So he synthesizes kryptonite. They're by the sun, by the way. He's synthesizing kryptonite. So the whole ship is covered in kryptonite, and therefore Superman and Kara are losing their powers. They're getting poisoned and everything. And Clark's like, but you'll die too. And he's like, I don't give a fuck. and so they're going into the sun because, their powers aren't working. And it's at this point, as they're getting deeper into the sun, the kryptonite is wearing off because they're further away from the kryptonite. And Clark's like, I can't pull us out of the sun. It's the gravitational pull's too strong. And then Kara, and then they start getting their powers back. And Kara's like, oh, wait, Clark, we're Kryptonians. We're powered
by the fucking sun.
I was like, and Brainiac didn't think about that? Like, what?
Dude, I don't.
No, Jake, he was acting like a little bitch boy and forgot.
Yeah,
I guess. So.
I don't care how much kryptonite you have, man. I think that will be canceled out by the size of a freaking sun. Like,
I guess my problem with it is Brainiac has been with Kara, studying Kara, keeping Kara in top shape his whole life, and he just forgot, I guess, that the sun would negate the effects of kryptonite if they were close enough to it. But whatever. So Supergirl gets her new costume. You can see a little bit of it here in the.
It looks stupid.
Listen, let her cook a bit. I'll put it in. I'll put it in the chat.
I've already seen it on Twitter.
She needs to have her iconic skirt.
Listen, she's not getting that skirt. All right, that skirt. We so.
It's iconic.
But yeah, so that's her suit. And then she and Brainiac. So I think Brainiac loses 3 different times in the span of a minute. And Brainiac comes back and he's like, Kara! And then Supergirl's like, Brainiac! And they have the Naruto Sasuke clash down the middle. And, and Kara gets scratched in the face with kryptonite, but she punches a hole through Brainiac and rips him in half, and Brainiac just dies, basically.
Slay. Literally.
Yeah, she only has a piece of Brainiac left. And so Clark, so then the world cheers for Superman. And this is what I was talking about. So remember last week I had a problem. I was like, I felt like all this build up to Superman ruining his legacy didn't matter. And it didn't. In fact, Metropolis barely had any damage. I looked at it. I was paying attention. Metropolis barely had any more damage than a city block, basically.
Wow.
Okay, a city block, that's actually pretty good for superhero fights. A city block, it's pretty good for collateral damage.
It's almost like the writers had to meet deadline at the finale,
Brainiac invaded. Now, remember, every time Brainiac invades, it's always a big deal. Okay, at least these days. Brainiac invades Metropolis. Barely a city block has been destroyed. Not even destroyed. I don't even see a lot of fire and brimstone anywhere. It's just the buildings are fine. All right, the people went home. No one's dead or anything. No one died or anything. So
they're like, one of them's like, oh yeah, sorry boss, I might be 5 minutes late. The city block that I was walking on got a little bit destroyed, but I'll be there. Don't worry.
There's a couple of potholes from an alien invasion. You know what it is. I'll be there in a minute.
I mean, it could be worse. Think about it.
Yeah. So Kara wakes up.
It could be a whole Ukrainian farm town.
Yeah. So Kara wakes up.
That was a Justice League reference, guys. If you didn't know.
For those who know. But Kara wakes up at the Kent family house, and she meets Pa and Ma Kent. She's adopted. She's welcome to Earth. She can live here now. That's a good moment, basically. And another moment I really liked is that Clark says, "You know what, Kara? Now that you're here, now that you're part of Earth, let's play catch. Because it's a callback to she saw the memory of Clark playing catch and she despised it because his dad was teaching him how to hold back, and she thought that was like Pa Kid softening Clark and making him like weak. But now that Kara's here, they can play catch as hard as they want. They're both Kryptonians. So Clark has a catching buddy, and I like how Kara thinks that playing catch is a game you have to win. And Clark's like, no, there is no winning in catch. And she's like, well, that's because I haven't played it yet. so I like.
She's like, I have to win playing catch.
Yeah, and so then the dumbest thing happened. The most predictable thing happens that I knew was going to happen. This is why I hated this plotline. So you guys remember way back when Lois Lane was given an offer to go to the Gotham Gazette, basically.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that one where I complained about this before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A previous episode talk.
Yeah. So Lois finally comes out and tells Clark, like, listen, I got a job offer, Vicky Vale. She wants me to be like at the Gotham Gazette. And Clark's like, oh, well, yeah, go do it. And she's like, what? She's like, yeah, it would only take me 5 minutes to get to Gotham. Oh my God. I was like, yeah, Lois, why did you make this such a big deal for him?
It's like Gotham is like a 30-minute drive away from Metropolis.
It's 5 minutes by flight. by super flight.
What? They're borrowing a cue from Zack Snyder? What?
No. He tells her like, Lois, it would just be 5 minutes for me to get there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why you make this big deal.
Yeah, and the only reason this bothers me is because this is one of the things that they use to help divide Clark and Lois. I said repeatedly, like, if they just had a normal conversation that any couple would have, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. He's Superman. He can make the commute. She could be in Australia and he'd show up in like 10 minutes. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like Lois, ask anyone who's ever dated a speedster in their entire life. It's not going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Ask someone who has ever flied. That was weird. What the hell?
What the?
Hold on. What the hell?
Oh.
I think that was my iPad. Sorry. I don't know what that was about. Sorry. I don't know why that was doing that, but don't worry about that. But like, ask anyone who has ever flown before. Ask anyone with a freaking speedster ability, and like, you should be good. Like, I don't know why that's a big deal.
Yeah, and she goes like, wow, Clark, you would fly 5 minutes to Gotham for me?
Yeah.
And Clark's like, Lois, you could be anywhere, and I'd always come to you. You just gotta say my name. I'm like, bro, it was a 5 minute. If you were gonna fly to Gotham to see your girlfriend routinely, you didn't deserve the relationship. Okay, that's what's on you. Whatever.
I don't like. Keep in mind, audience, I've never seen this show. Like, I haven't seen it, but like, I can make clues. You know, like, I can figure it out.
Yeah, you can see the cracks in the writing here, department. You know.
Yeah,
I wasn't saying that. I was talking about the plot, but okay, I was talking about what's happening in the show.
Yeah. But Lois and Clark are back, and they're stronger than ever. And Lex, he now has a company. He's gonna call it LexCorp.
Oh my God, I never heard that before.
Amanda Waller is on the run. So all that talk about Superman coming back and being evil, which was proven completely right by Amanda Waller, by the way, that did happen. Doesn't matter. The world loves Supergirl and Superman. They're very understanding people, as you know the real world is. So none of that mattered. Superman and Supergirl are the protectors of Metropolis, and together they're going to put out a house fire. And Lois and Jimmy are coming with them because, you know, they're all a team. And that's my Adventures of Superman Season 2.
Yeah.
We must ask, what are your final thoughts of the season?
I thought Season 2 was kind of weaker than Season 1. I think it had its high moments. I think the plot twist with Kara, while predictable, when we learned what Kara's real origins were, I thought that was like a really good episode. Like, it's not all bad. It's like the relationship stuff is just so, I've seen this before. The solution did not need to be this like high stakes. I think the show was afraid to take a risk, honestly. Superman's reputation should have been put through the mud this season. after everything that happened with Brainiac, but they put it back in a tiny little box so Superman would not be perceived as a bad person by next season. Everything just kind of works out for Superman in the end, so it's like a happy-go-lucky ending. And I think it was too clean. I think honestly, Lois and Clark should have broken up this season, and we could explore different relationships for Clark, and then maybe come back to Lois. I think Metropolis should have been iffy about Superman by the end of it. I think Amanda Waller. I mean, I'm glad that plot's over. I mean, it kind of ran its course, so I guess that's okay. Jimmy being with Supergirl is going to be kind of weird because it's all in the same friend group, but I guess it is what it is.
Hey, people have dated within friend groups before.
Yeah, I guess it is what it is. It's just like, everybody in the friend group dating, I guess.
It happens.
It's an okay season, but the season finale really just kind of took the wind out of my sails for me. I just didn't really feel like it lived up to what it was building up, I guess. So,
but you can at least say it's not bad.
It's not bad. But I will say, Supergirl breaking out of Brainiac's multi-year-long brainwashing brainwashing scheme because she was hugged by 3 people.
Dude, it's like that one episode of Steven Universe Future where Steven freaking turns into a giant monster because he couldn't express his feelings.
Yeah.
And all like the trauma that he went through, and it's like, they just hugged it out. It's all good.
That was good. That was better because Steven had years of knowing who those people were. So if anybody was going to get away with that, it was going to be that crew of people. But this is like people she knew for like less than a week. So it's just like I think if I tally it up, if I'm just paying attention to the plot, she only knew Jimmy for like 2 days, basically. She knew Lois for less, and she knew Clark, and Clark is her family. I get that, but it's just like she barely knew these people. So, I don't know.
Just wait until they bring Connor in. Just
season
wait till 5. We bring in Connor, and then like in season 10 we get John.
Yeah, but who's to say season 3 will come out? I'll check it out, but it's got if there's gonna be seasons like this, I might lose interest. I might stop watching.
Wait, do you think we're gonna get John before Superman puts a ring on it?
Yeah, he will put a ring.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah,
I think they're gonna end it. I'm gonna end the series with him with John, but they're not gonna. That's when the series ends. Like there will be no John Kent season.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that is what it is. Like I said, can I recommend this show? I mean, see, I try it. I give it, see if it's up to your speed. I can see it not being for a lot of people.
While I'm cooking or in my kitchen, right, I have the TV on, and I occasionally like I have the TV on when this show is playing on cable. So have that be a background. You know?
I think if you want a true, authentic Superman story, you can watch Superman the Animated Series. It's on Max. It's a great show.
Yep.
I say you give the show a try, but if it's not for you, don't think this is what Superman is.
I think I brought this up that one of the writers on this show is also one of the writers. Is also the main writer for I Heart Skull Crusher. So.
Decent.
So I'll let you have your thing in it.
They still mention Livewire in an episode, and I'm still like looking. Wait, where's Livewire? I don't see Livewire. I see this buff blonde lady right here.
The show, to me, the show has this like Steven Universe-esque writing, which works for Steven. I like Steven Universe for the most part. I don't mind how the season 4 ended like everybody else. I think that was fine. But it has this Steven Universe approach for Superman, or like this like Owl House approach. And some of those writers are on this show, but like everything just feels so like soft.
I'm gonna bring this up as someone who has not watched this show, and I don't really plan on watching it.
Yeah.
However, I do like that they aren't doing an edgy Superman, and like I know they did like a quote unquote evil Superman in this, but it wasn't like.
It wasn't like a long thing.
I don't mind the tone of the show because of that. Because like we can all agree that seeing like an edgy, evil, dark Superman, it's like it gets boring. It's overdone. It's overplayed. Give us like kind himbo Superman. There is an artist on TikTok who does like a dark AU on like some X-Men characters and like some other comic book characters, and one of those is Superman. And I love how they drew Superman in this, even if it's in a dark AU and he's like a creepy alien guy, you know? He still has that outward appearance that he shows to the rest of the world that is like super kind, super bubbly and stuff like that. And I just wanted to bring that up because that artist inspired me to make my own dark AU for Alpha Flight, and that's what I'm working on right now as we speak.
Yeah, to Witch's point, like I think the strongest character in this show is Superman himself. I do like this version of Clark Kent. He's not my favorite version, but I do like him, and he's consistently good. I think he's consistently like an interesting character to follow. Like you really root for him. I think the writing is, like I said, it's a tone that if you're okay with it, if you like it, there's nothing wrong with that. I think for me, it's too soft. I think the Superman the animated series did a better balance of this, where it was like it felt like it was a mature story, but it was also like a Superman story. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I feel like this show is like it airs on Toonami, or it airs on like Adult Swim, but it feels like a kid show. Like it feels like an actual like, which is fine, and that's what it is. But like you see, if you look at the picture that's on the screen right now, it says Adult Swim. You know what I mean? So it always puts me off. But I feel like I could see the show like right next to like Steven Universe or something like that. I wouldn't miss a beat. So but yeah, like I said, it's a show. I recommend giving it a chance. I think you see if it works for you for the first 3 episodes. But just know, whatever you feel by the first 3 episodes, that's what's probably going to be for the whole show, with some changes. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But all right then. With that, guess we can move on to the next topic. This is also your topic too, Jake, that you put in.
I felt so let down by my Avengers Superman that I needed my comfort show back. Okay.
You're like, I need my comfort show in this little girl with her weed cat and this boy that I don't remember what it was.
Weed cat.
His Zoom calls.
Pokemon Horizons. Okay, this has become my comfort show when I just need a vibe and I'm just having a bad day. I'm like, let's put some Pokemon Horizons. So it's so I've pretty much finished season 1. It's just that the last couple episodes haven't been dubbed, unfortunately, so I'm kind of bummed out about that. I'm not someone who prefers dub over sub. It's just for this show, the dub cast is so good. I'm just not ready to switch over yet. But yeah, so we got a lot of plot revelations since we last left off. The pendant that Liko has been protecting for so long has fully turned into a Terapagos, which is the little turtle thing you see on your screen, basically. I hate this Pokemon so much.
Wow. Wow.
What I found annoying in Pokemon animes, I don't like Pokemon that try hard to be cute. I think my cat Pokemon, which
what?
Haha. And so
Jake?
Okay, cats are cute. So it's not trying to be cute. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Like you see the thumbnail that you see right now, like the little picture we have, like Spring has so much attitude and is so carefree. Like it really feels like you're just taking care of a cat. So it's like relatable, identifiable. I like that. And Roy's partner Pokemon, Fuecoco, I like him because he's like very upbeat. I like that him and Roy, whenever when Fuecoco is losing in a fight and he's about to pass out, Roy has this chant for him where he's like, Fuecoco, and he cheers him on, and Fuecoco will get up and he'll get even stronger, and I like that. That's so cool. That's so cool. It's cute. I like it. Terapagos is like everything I hate in a Pokemon. It's overly cutesy. It's always trying to be cute. It won't shut the fuck up. So like, it's going down the halls, just be like, meow, meow.
Jake?
Oh, Jake died. So anyways.
Oh, no. Okay, now he's back.
Okay.
Oh, he's gone.
For like about 2 seconds or so.
Second.
Oh, what was the last thing I said?
You hate how cute.
Yeah, I hate how cute this is compared to like the other. I hate how it's trying too hard to be cute compared to the other ones that are just cute because that's what they are, basically. But other than that, I've been enjoying the show. We got some plot revelations. We got to meet Liko grandmother for the first time, who was basically Lara Croft. So I'm not even kidding. She owns a mansion like Lara Croft too. So, and she's going on adventures too. We got more. So we have more on the Explorers. We met. So I was talking about Team Rocket before. So like the Explorers are basically the new Team Rocket, which is okay. They're not like in every episode. They come in when they need to, and then if they fail, they wait a bit. What I liked about the Explorers is you get to explore the different, no pun intended, you get to explore the different tiers in their group. So with Team Rocket, all Ash got to fight was like Jesse and James, right? Now imagine if there was like Jesse and James for the first arc, and the second arc there was like a stronger team, like the next tier for Team Rocket. And that's what we get with the Explorers. We get like these two new trainers that are a bit out of Liko and Roy's league now. They've gotten a lot better at battling. They can fight off the Explorers on their own, except for Amethyos. But they can't fight these guys. But that's okay because Captain Pikachu is here. Pikachu, Captain Pikachu. This is my by the way, Captain Pikachu is my favorite interpretation of Pikachu, my favorite version of Pikachu. Okay. Ash's Pikachu wishes he was Captain Pikachu. Okay.
Wow.
We even learned that this Pikachu is so awesome he can fly. Okay.
What? Overcompensating. Okay.
No. Listen. He woke up so we get the origin episode. So first he's fighting Roy and Liko, and then during the episode he hovers over a move, and Roy's like, "Was that Pikachu flying?" And so we get a flashback episode. And we get to see Freed when Freed is like Pikachu's owner. So we first get to see Pikachu, and he finds him in the wild. And this Pikachu wakes up at the crack of dawn, and he stretches out a little bit, and he uses Volt Tackle to create a tornado, and he rides the tornado in the sky, and then uses his tail to glide in the air, so he can fly just for a little bit, so he can see the sunrise, basically. And it's really cool. And you actually see what he does to do it. Like they said that the reason he can do it is because whenever he has free time, he just like does like a bench presses on his tail, basically. Like he does crunches on his tail, essentially.
Wow.
So he strengthens his tail so he can fly. And so that was like, and so I actually liked seeing that origin story. And how his ability to fly inspired Freed to because Freed, his owner was a Pokemon professor. And he kind of got bored of it because he's like one of those professors that works in the office all the time. And he didn't know what to do with his life. And so seeing a Pikachu fly, he was like, you know what? This is just, it taught him like, you should just, even if it seems impossible, just go for it. Just go for life. Like go explore, see what you can do, get away with. And I like the message because Freed is like one of the older characters. But but Pikachu reminded him, like, you're not too old to go on adventures. You're not too old to, like, explore your life and see what else you could do to push yourself, basically. I thought it was a really cool message to show, especially to the audience that Pokemon usually caters to. Another thing I like about the show, Amethyos and Freed's rivalry is hilarious. Amethyos is the leader of his group of explorers, like the explorers we start off with. Every time, so he's always after Liko, but every time he sees Freed, they have to battle. It doesn't matter where he is on the mission. He's like, no, I have to prove that I'm better than this guy. I have time. And it's always his Pokemon versus his Charizard versus Freed's Charizard. And they have like the same fight, but every time they fight, they're one-upping each other. So like every fight, it goes back and forth, but they can never quite beat each other. And we finally get a conclusion to one of their fights where Freed winds up winning. So Amethyos is going to train even harder so he can beat Freed next time. I actually adore their rivalry a lot. It's very fun to watch. It doesn't help that Freed doesn't take Amethyos seriously. Like there's a scene where Amethyos is trying to challenge him and Freed's on the phone. He's like, oh, 1 second. I got to finish a call with my people. I'll get with you in a minute. So, and so like I like how that like ticks Amethios off. But yeah, like I said, we and I also like the progression again. Going back to Liko and Roy, I like their progression as battlers. You actually get to see them in real time, and this was a thing in the original anime, to be fair. But you get to see them in real time progress every time they go through training episodes. The next time you see them battle, you actually feel like you know where they got their ideas from, their new moves from, and their new ideas from. So it's cool to see them grow as trainers to where they can defend themselves now. They might not be on gym leader status. They even challenge a gym leader and lose, but they're not on gym leader status, but they're getting there basically.
Right.
So it's cool. We even got to capture some big deal Pokemon lately. There was a whole big arc. I don't know the name of this Pokemon, unfortunately.
What is it? Send a pic. I think I might know.
Yeah, give me a second. If you give me like 1 second. I'll get a picture of it. It's like a winged Pokemon. Oh, it's called a Moltres. That's what it's called.
Moltres? Okay.
Yeah, do you know what that one looks like, Which?
Yeah. I know what that looks like.
Yeah, so there was a 2-parter about Moltres. And it's like basically a legendary status Pokemon in this anime. I don't know if it's like that in the original. But it's like a shiny kind of Moltres. It's like has black blades and everything. And there was and this is a culmination of Liko's development as a trainer, that arc, which is really cool. Liko wants to decide what type of trainer she wants to be. And it's really bothering her because she just has Pokemon, but she doesn't know what she wants to do with them, basically. And she realizes that she wants to be a trainer that helps Pokemon understand their feelings, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, which I'm like, just be a Pokemon Ranger, but that's right. Pokemon Ranger didn't sell it anymore, so we can't do that anymore. So that whole arc with the Moltres was the culmination of that character arc for her, where she decides to fight Moltres by trying to understand its feelings, essentially, and trying to help soothe it and calm it down and get to understand that it's okay, essentially, which I think was a great arc for her as well. Like I said, there's so much to like about this series, and I think the ability to break away from the listen, I gotta say it, from the childish format that the original series had to go with. Listen, I'm not saying the original series didn't have good moments. I'm saying from what I remember of it, it was like it felt like childish a lot of the times, especially with Team Rocket's inclusion. Because let's be real, it's the same gag over and over again with them, essentially. And I think it cheapened a lot of episodes. I think with Horizons, it just telling the story it tells the story like a normal anime, like a Spy X Family anime. Like you feel the progression of these characters, you see them grow, and it feels natural. I feel immersed in this world. Like I actually remember like why Pokemon is cool when I watched the show. And I think it does a lot better job of getting me back into Pokemon than I think the old animes did. But I know I'm in the minority on that point, but I just want to make it clear.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's a solid show. I keep recommending it. I really recommend more people watch it. For the first series to not have Ash Ketchum in it, it's doing really well for me. Like I said, I hear season 2 is even better. I'm just waiting for it to get dubbed at this point. So
why not just watch it in Japanese like a normal person?
So I was introduced to the show in.
Are you too smooth brained to watch it in Japanese?
No, so here's the thing. When I watch Spy X Family in sub, I just stick to the sub because I like their voices better. When I'm watching Pokemon Horizons, I like Freed's voice too much to go to the sub. I don't like Freed's voice in the sub. I think it's too generic. Like I've heard this voice before. But Freed in the dub sounds more unique. He sounds more nuanced. And I'm just kind of used to the rest of the cast. So it's my curse to bear. I could just watch it in sub. It's just that I prefer the dub. So, it is what it is. Smooth brained, it may be. But listen, that doesn't mean you guys don't have to watch it in sub. So, go watch Pokemon Horizons. Catch up,
There we go,
And I promise you, if Pokemon Horizons gets a movie, I will review it. I promise.
Okay. Gotcha. Jake, you still thought you could have done Cobra Kai today with the time we have, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
crap,
listen,
we're
listen.
an hour 30 in.
We don't have Cobra. Listen, I only went this long because we didn't have Cobra Kai. So I would have been.
All right. But anyway, with that, audience, let's move on to the next topic. And I got this one. Marvel introduces Nick Fury's daughter.
Which Nick Fury?
About time.
The senior.
Okay, just wanting to check.
It's
So that the
about
audience knows.
I have the picture.
Not looking at the pictures knows. Well, blind audience members, this is white Nick Fury, not black Nick Fury.
I mean, I already posted a picture of his wife and daughter, so yeah. Okay, this is spanning out of the pages of Get Fury #2, and this is supposed to be talking about Punisher's time, back when he was still in the army, back in Vietnam and that stuff. Fury got captured. Punisher's off looking for him, and apparently that's when we discovered that Fury had a wife and he had a daughter. I forgot both their names, but I just kind of find it a little bit funny that they made sure that his next child was another diverse person, So
listen, he explores the world. Okay.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, if they make like another 75th anniversary of Nick Fury, right? I better not be seeing her in all the variant covers and Nick Fury barely getting one, a crappy ass.
I want to
shoot out of spite.
I wanted to be revealed that Nick Fury has a child for every ethnicity.
Yeah, pretty much. And Marvel will damn well be sure to push all of them while Fury Senior, yep, we're going to pretend you didn't exist. Wow.
Well, you know what I'll call it? I'll call it either the Children of Fury or Child's Fury. That's why they be the book, and they all team up.
Okay,
Yeah.
We don't really know much about this character yet. She just got introduced. But what we can infer is that you got to remember this is in the past. It's during the Vietnam times. So we don't know how relevant she's going to pop up in present time. I mean, unless they want to go the Infinity Formula route or whatever and, say she's been here this whole time. She's just been incognito. And, hey, let's see the origin of her building up to getting her eye patch. So no one's gonna see the difference between this Fury, right? Right?
Yeah, I want every Fury kid to have a mandatory eye patch moment when they get their eyes cut
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Hers better be all cool and shit. I don't want to see no generic ass eye patch with her. Anyway, some other comic book news that I wanted to bring up before we moved on. So remember a while ago when Marvel released those variant covers with all of those what if this superhero had a sidekick? Well, I heard that Ghost Rider variant that everyone loved could be an actual character.
Which we're getting to that, man. Come on.
Oh, I didn't know it was on the list.
It was on the list. It was on the list.
I didn't know.
Gotcha. But anyway, going back to this topic, I do like the design, honestly. Like, you see, direct comparison between her and her mother. You can definitely tell she's biracial and that stuff, so I like that they kept that part. Aside from that, the fact that Nick Fury would sleep with any woman, that should tell a lot about that person herself. She ain't no housewife. You could definitely tell that his wife has to be involved in some shady stuff as well. So, yeah. Alrighty then. You guys have any thoughts on this?
But now I feel bad because I didn't read the full list, so my bad.
Mm-hmm.
You want to add a very brief breaking news topic?
I don't have a picture for it, but
the internet knows.
Hold up, let me just put up our main thumbnail anyway. So, all right, go ahead. Wait. Go ahead, Jake.
Did you see the Deadpool and Wolverine controllers that came out?
Oh yeah, did you see
Yeah, Jake, you know I am so sensitive of that stuff, man. Come on.
Did you
They
know the
released.
controllers? They released some controllers for like the Xbox or PlayStation or whatever, and they're
Oh, the one.
Yeah,
to look like Deadpool and Wolverine, but there's a catch to it.
There's
Jake,
an
do you
yeah.
want to
ass.
say it or should I say it?
No, I'll say it. You can caress Wolverine and Deadpool's ass while playing a game.
Yes.
Jake, this is why it's important we had to discuss this before we go live, because that would have been perfect to be putting up in the thumbnail
No,
too, man.
that's why we did it. That's why
I,
he
for, I
waited.
forgot.
You,
I forgot.
you can't tell that to me while we're going live because I don't have the photo of it.
Yeah, no, I forgot about it. I can get a
Y'all
picture.
can look it up themselves, man.
No.
Let them see it.
Listen, I'll show you the picture. It's not gonna help, but I'll show you the picture so you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
I see the picture, Jake. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Here's my only problem with it. If that was a woman's ass on that controller, oh my god.
Oh, there's a funny thing about that. I saw a meme that someone posted on Twitter, and it was a Bayonetta. It was like the controller, but a Bayonetta's ass.
Yeah, that's what, if you put a woman's ass on that controller for a movie like this, they would have people lost their fucking mind. Okay, I just want to say
I
that.
know.
Yes.
It's an unfair standard, you know.
I'm not getting this controller anyway because I think that's gross. I don't want to touch it.
Hey, I'm getting this controller, man. I don't have an Xbox, but I'm still getting this damn controller for Deadpool. Yeah.
I'm not that dedicated.
Hey, I have the case of one of the Deadpool movies that says is made of Colossus's own skin. Jake,
Okay, well,
what part of the body in Colossus's skin, you may ask? Well, leave that up to your imagination. You know?
You know what they should do? You know what Marvel should do instead of giving us these whack ass controllers? They should give us another swimsuit special. They should do that. Just
yeah, well,
they're heroes in fucking swimsuits again, like they did in the early 90s. Like, come on, man.
It's
People
another.
buy it. I would buy it if they put my favorites in there, not just MCU adjacent characters.
It's another great day for double standards in media, and also, it's another great day for Ryan Reynolds because he is killing it with the marketing.
Oh yeah. Marvel, like, I don't know how you could possibly screw up Deadpool 3 at this point, you know?
It's a bad movie.
Like, even if it's a bad movie, I mean, just the name alone, like, dude, it's a jumping on moment for a lot of people, man. Like, a lot of people who tune out the MCU are coming back just to watch Deadpool, man.
I think Ryan Reynolds has a marketing genius. Honestly, I'll let him be in charge of your entire marketing department. Honestly, because he has been killing. I know it's him because he does the same thing with his company Mint Mobile. So, like, you know, I know he's good at marketing.
Trust me, I use Mint Mobile and it's helpful.
Jake, you either got it or you don't got it, man. Like, he just has that that magnetic charm, you know? Like, you know? So, good for him. But, all right. Any final thoughts on this? Sorry we couldn't show it to you, audience.
Only if you want.
Sorry we couldn't show you this, audience. I would have had that as a thumbnail for this.
Nope, that's why we did.
Okay, but all right then. But anyway, I think we should move on.
There you go. That's what I was trying to talk about, but I didn't know what you were guys. If you had it on the list.
You want to introduce this one?
Yeah. I'll give context before I fully talk about it, because like I did earlier. Like I said earlier, Marvel like last year I think released a whole bunch of variant covers of what teenage sidekicks would look like for certain characters. And there was a Ghost Rider one, and it was this girl right here, this blue Hatsune Miku Ghost Rider chick.
Her name is Fantasma.
Yeah, I didn't know her actual name.
Yeah, they posted on the article. Apparently, Robby Reyes is going to get like a special in time for Hispanic and Latino Heritage Month, and that's going to be the issue that's going to introduce Fantasma. So, a couple things we can infer with that is we didn't think about who was underneath the mask, so it's likely going to be a Hispanic girl, and
Also, another thing, kind of relates to this, but not really. If you've read the Blood Hunt Werewolf by Night one shot, we have a new Werewolf by Night, and he's indigenous.
Okay, go for it.
It was actually a
Damn.
really good issue, just letting you know.
Gotcha. Dang it! I wish Austin was here for this because I know he really liked the design of this of this champion or forgotten psychic. So hey, thanks Spider Boy for this audience. If she becomes
No,
a
no
hit,
one cares.
yeah, thank her, thank him. Yeah.
Realistically, we can thank Gwenpool for starting it.
Oh no! I mean, all these forgotten sidekicks were made because of the success of Spider Boy.
No,
Yeah.
no, fuck off with that.
Everybody's getting a sidekick,
Someone did a really cool 3D sculpture of Magneto, so just letting you know that now, because no one actually gives a shit about Spider Boy enough besides you and Dan Slott.
Gotcha. But anyway, yeah, this is gonna be like an interesting comic for me because damn, anybody who knows me knows my real beef with Robby Reyes, specifically what Jason Aaron did with the character. The character never recovered for me. Like the version I like that Felipe Smith was writing. Oh, speaking of which, he's actually the creator of Robby Reyes. He's actually coming back for just one issue. So good for them that they were able to bring him back. But still, like, it's just the damage was already done. Like the version of Robby Reyes I liked, the version of Ghost Rider that he offered, yeah, it was just all done away with because of Jason Aaron. At this point, Robby Reyes is just, how can I best describe him as Ghost Rider? He's just a teenage Ghost Rider, really. He has a muscle car. That's it. You don't need to see anything. You don't need to delve into anything else. That's how he's going to be written as. So I came to terms with that. I settled my demons with that, and yeah, I didn't want to have any more association with Robby from then on. But man, looks like I want to go back. I'll see what happens. It's not going to arrange me like what Jason Aaron did to him for 5 years. Yeah.
Also, another breaking news that we don't have a picture for. At the Hard Rock Cafe place in fucking San Diego, they have a whole bunch of Interview with the Vampires stuff in their elevators, which look fucking sick as shit. Sorry, I just wanted to bring that up. I'm on Twitter right now, and I'm really excited for San Diego Comic-Con. So,
gotcha, definitely.
Bother me on socials if you want me to talk about San Diego Comic-Con, and maybe next week I'll talk about San Diego Comic-Con.
Gotcha. All right, then. I guess with that, we can move on to the next topic, and I guess I'll introduce this one too. Ultimate She-Hulk revealed.
Well, apparently she wasn't revealed. We already knew this months ago, according to Austin. So.
Yeah. And at this point, audience, I officially drop off the Ultimates.
What's wrong with I could tell it was She-Hulk. Looking at it.
Well, no. I mean, do you remember how upset I was with the last issue? We had a discussion about that last week. Remember how the writer dealt with Cap?
What about this one makes you want to drop? What about the cover for this makes you want to
drop? It just kind of reminds me about what happened with She-Hulk, the post-Civil War II era. Like, the one that people didn't like.
Though, you know what it kind of reminds me of? Remember, I can't remember exactly where, but there was a period of time at the beginning of like Hulk's conception is that he was originally gray because they didn't want him to be associated with any race for some reason. I don't know. Don't worry about it. And then they green. I think maybe this is what they were basing it off of, or maybe they were low-key basing it off of Joe Fixit. So maybe matching it up with like Wonder Woman or something. I don't know. She does still have green to her.
I heard it was just something about like the artist having ink problems or whatever, or he just had green ink at the time. So
coloring was a lot different for comic artists back in the day. So.
Yeah, So
you see what I'm talking about, right? Like
no, it's definitely a homage to the gray Hulk that first appeared in the comics all those years ago. I mean, design-wise, I don't have a problem with it. Like, we already
It's
have...
not just, it just reminds people of like an unflattering era of She-Hulk, you know?
I can't speak to Ultimates 1's writing, but, like, in terms of just going off the cover, I mean, they want to introduce a new Hulk. We already have Bruce Banner and She-Hulk in the main universe.
Yeah, like I was already on the fence. Like I even went on record and saying that I don't even think I'm going to be making it up to the introduction of Ultimate Hawkeye. I was basically going to determine whether I'm going to stay on the series by the next issue. I was going to give that a try, but then seeing this, yeah, I'll wait for Ultimate Hawkeye to make his intro. So according to what Austin say, there is a good premise with Ultimate Hulk, though. I just forgot what that premise was. Austin, of all times for you not to be here, man.
Wait, Ultimate Hulk
exists
in this universe?
Yes, Ultimate Hulk. But wait, I think he mentioned that to me in a message. Hold on a sec. Did you?
Anyways, what do you expect to see at San Diego Comic-Con this week? I'm hoping to see a lot of things.
I don't see how
this is Austin's description. Look, this is... Yeah, go ahead, Jake.
I was like, I don't see how Tony Stark goes up to Bruce Banner and goes like, "Hey, this is like your life in the original universe. You want this again?" And he's like,
"Fuck no."
Yeah.
Okay, this is the way Austin described it. The idea of a smart, calm, composed Hulk. That's how he describes the Ultimate Hulk in this universe.
Specifically, this specific Ultimate Universe, not the first one. We don't talk about the first one.
Are you sure you can talk about She-Hulk? I don't see anything about Ultimate Hulk in the news.
No, this is what Austin mentioned to me when I posted this, when he was talking about the main Hulk. You know.
I wish he was here because I don't see Ultimate Hulk here. I see Ultimate She-Hulk. I put an Ultimate Hulk 2024. I don't see anything about Ultimate Hulk. And that's not to say he's wrong. I just don't see anything. So
he's there. But regardless, I'm just curious who's going to be the next introduction in the issue afterwards, because it seems like that's the trend the series is going. In issue 2, it was bringing in Ultimate America Chavez. Issue 3, it's going to be bringing in Ultimate She-Hulk. Issue 5 is going to be bringing in Ultimate Hawkeye. So does anybody know who's going to pop up for issue 4?
I don't know. I will say based off the I like the design of this character. This is the Ultimates universe. So like when She-Hulk was made back in the day, the standards of female characters were a lot different. And that's not to say there's anything wrong with her. It's just like
but she made it work, Jake.
She made it work. There's no with that She-Hulk. I'm saying that the Ultimates is like if these characters were made today, basically. That's what the idea was. And so if they did She-Hulk again, based off today's standards, this is what she would probably look like. And I think that's okay. I can't speak to her character. I don't know her character. But
beauty yet, so we wouldn't know.
Yeah, we wouldn't know. But I recognize that as She-Hulk. I think she has a solid design. I like the look she has, like the outfit she's got.
Is it my favorite of all the new Ultimate looks? Probably not, but I'll have to see what it looks like in the book before I make an opinion.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's no Hawkeye. I'll tell you that.
That Hawkeye was fucking fire.
Yeah,
they freaking cooked. Like they ate.
Yeah, but does that mean I'll read Ultimates? I don't know, probably not. But
question, audience: Does this design of She-Hulk make you want to buy this comic?
Yeah, I would be interested because I would be like, well, what?
No, don't go interested. I'm saying, does it make you want to buy this?
Well, I'm the worst person to ask. I don't buy comics anyway.
Okay. Just saying.
He only reads freaking IDW Sonic.
Just saying. Is anybody in love with this design, audience? I'm just saying.
Let us know in the comments or bother us on Twitter. I mean, I don't hate it. I need a better look at the freaking art. Like, I need a better look at this. I think it's supposed to be I think maybe Pacific Islander looks because of how the clothes look. I think.
They
Don't quote me on
did. They did mention that. Let me bring it up. Actually, that article.
Please bring
That's
that up
one
because I need.
Debuts. Okay.
I'm actually, and I'm
Keep saying
also
ranking.
I'm curious as to who would want to be a fucking Hulk. That's a
Dude, I don't think anyone in their right mind needs to be a Hulk.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't
is it cool as an outsider? Maybe, but is it cool?
But
No.
Jen is the one exception to that rule because, like,
Yeah.
even when Doc Green, right, he had that same mentality. Look, we have too many Hulks. They're all destructive in nature. I gotta get rid of all of them.
Oh, yeah.
But then, when he came to She-Hulk, he had to admit, no, I'm not going to stop you because you're actually the one person who She-Hulk actually benefited. You know?
She really did. I can agree with you on that. As someone who doesn't really read Hulk comics that much, and now look at Doc Samson. Now look at him. He's now a big green furry monster because he decided to swap bodies with fucking Walter Lankowski. Out of all the Hulks, why Walter?
Jake, I'm all in that article I found about Ultimate She-Hulk. It also actually does give an image of Ultimate Hulk, and he kind of has this whole Dr. Manhattan look to him.
Oh, can you show it? Is it in the chat?
Here, I'll show them to you on Discord. Hold on a sec. God dang it.
Because I thought Ultimate She-Hulk could just get replaced Ultimate. I don't see why she could just be Ultimate Hulk.
Apparently, this version of Hulk has like some cult thing going on.
Oh. For some reason, I don't like this as much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I don't like it. Doesn't strike me as maybe it's just the art. I think I like the artist for the cover of this one better than I like this, but I don't know.
Okay. This is the description.
Like, She-Hulk.
Jake, this is the description they have for Ultimate Hulk. Ultimate Hulk is a calculated religious zealot who leads a pacifist cult.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like they took from Maestro a little bit.
Yep. The Hulk supposedly believes in inner peace, but has already shown to be a cruel despot who staged a terrorist attack on New York simply to sow disaster in the Ultimates.
Oh, he's gonna be okay. That's okay. That's fine.
Okay, it looks like an Ultimates number 3. She-Hulk here is going to collide with Thor. So yeah.
So Ultimate She-Hulk's villain is probably gonna be Hulk, which I think that's fine.
I have no idea. I mean, as it stands, Ultimate Spider-Man is the biggest success they have with this universe. Ultimate Black Panther, that's just a Black Panther story.
It's just like the original Ultimate Universe. It's like we never left.
Yeah.
Ultimate X-Men and Ultimate Spider-Man are keeping this shit alive.
Well, Ultimate X-Men, that's if you're into that sort of storytelling. If you're an X-Men fan, I can understand. Huh?
Apparently, it sells are decent. I understand it.
Ultimate X-Men.
Apparently, it sells decent.
Okay, decent, I guess. Yeah, and it has its fans, I guess.
Yeah, I'm one of those fans because y'all are fast hitters, and I wanted to give this book a try.
Yeah. I can't get all the Ultimate books, which, come on,
you know? Ultimate books, just read it online like everyone does, man.
Which Ultimate X-Men got more of a try from me than the Ultimates has. Okay, that's
I can at least give you that. However, it's been really good, and we're starting to get like more. We're getting a lot more into it.
Yeah. When it starts feeling like an X-Men book, definitely tell us that, which.
Wait, did I talk about the new Ultimate X-Men issue? Did I talk about it yet?
No, I think you're doing that tomorrow, right? Because that's what our comic day.
Oh.
No, I was supposed to talk about it today.
It's not on the list.
Oh my god, I forgot to talk about it because it actually started to feel like an X-Men story.
Oh,
okay.
You can.
Well, what you gonna have to make a sacrifice
You know what?
for?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So,
I will talk about issues 4 and 5 of Avengers Academy next week if I can talk about Ultimate X-Men today.
Okay.
Okay, you good.
Okay.
Sounds perfect. All right then. I guess aside from that, that's really it for talking about Ultimate She-Hulk.
Yeah.
All right, we can move on to the next one. Hold on a sec. Jake, do you want to introduce this one?
Why is this the topic, bro? We put this on
What?
here. Ewoks comic series announced. Who cares?
What?
Who cares about the goddamn Ewoks? I don't give a shit.
Oh, you don't want to see the origin, man? Their
No.
traditions, their cultures. Come
I
on.
don't even like
What?
origin stories for characters that I like. I know the fucking Ewoks are just okay. They're there.
Chilling.
No,
Didn't they make it? Didn't they make a story about that guy from the bar that got killed by Obi-Wan or
I
something,
always
man?
hate,
The
I
alien?
always hate Star Wars for doing that. Star Wars likes to over-explain everything. Everything in Star Wars needs to be explained. That's how they feel. I hate that. Only the story for the goddamn Ewoks was.
They want redemption for the Christmas special, Jake. Come on.
Never have it. They'll have it over my dead body.
Okay, Ewoks comic series reveals what happened to the Battle of Endor's most courageous warriors.
Bro, who cares? What?
It's going Jake. I mean, well, which is going to be written by your boy Steve Orlando.
I don't care about Star Wars.
Oh wow.
I think you underestimate how little sci-fi I actually indulge in.
Okay. Jake, here's the premise, right?
Okay.
A team of Imperial-led bounty hunters and scavengers arrive on the forest moons of Endor, searching for a secret cache of Imperial weaponry. Are they prepared to face off against the battle-ready Ewoks, who took down so many of their ranks?
Bro, I'll just watch James Cameron's Avatar. Okay.
And who is this mysterious new warrior Ewok returning to Bright Tree Village? And what is their connection to Wicket W. Warwick?
Bro, it's just the Ewoks. Like, I don't.
This is gonna be the introduction to this mysterious Ewok, Jake.
Listen, I'm sure you can make a good story out of anything, but I just don't care. Like, they're Ewoks. They're so stupid.
Oh my god, dude. You don't want to meet the most savage Ewok of history, man? Come on, you don't think their story's worth telling?
A teddy bear. What am I supposed to do? I don't even care.
There's the little teddy bears that fight, man.
But, yeah.
They stood their ground, man. Come on. They were about to make Han Solo into a barbecue, man.
I don't hate the Ewoks like everybody else does. It's just like, I just don't care. They were just there. they did their thing, but that was it. They're not that important. Okay, not everything story. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sure maybe it will be interesting. Maybe it'll be good. I'm not reading it. Okay. So.
Okay.
Unless that Ewok is a Jedi. Unless that Ewok has a lightsaber or something. Who cares?
Oh, Jake, you just gave the pitch for the next Star Wars series, man. Ewok Jedi.
How much time we got? Oh shit. Damn. Okay. Never mind. I can't talk about it. Wish gotta go. Wish gotta do her.
Okay. All right then, audience. With that, I guess we're done with the comic news. So now we're going on to the comic reviews. Hold on a sec, which?
Oh yeah, it's me.
Yep.
Because I'm the best.
There you go. Talk about it.
Sorry, I love how I chose the cover because I'm talking about Briar number 7. So yeah, while I talk about that, I'm going to send you the cover for Ultimate X-Men issue 5. So hold on. I'm gonna do that real quick. X-Men issue 5. Thank you. So basically it starts off on the sea with a boat, and yeah. And so we got some narration being like, oh yeah, I felt like the first prison sentence lasted a fucking century, man, and I slept through it, so luckily it wasn't all that awful. But now we have to like be on this boat and row this boat So that's lovely, I guess.
Hmm.
You know, and we see Briar and Spider, they are on the boat, and they are rowing the boat with chains. Yeah, I had to make
Yeah.
sure that what they were on. So
Yeah.
basically Spider's like, "Yup, we're cursed." And I'm still thinking that you're the cursed one, Briar. And she's like, "I beg your fucking pardon." And
Mm-hmm.
she
Mm-hmm.
and Spider's like, "Okay, you brought a village to its knees with sinkholes and like all this other stuff, it's like a drop, like you can spill a drop of your fucking blood on these decks, and a lightning might kill us all. A thing of lightning might kill us all, and all this other stuff."
Which Jake? Do you hear him?
This is brought to you by Sonic X. Find out
Oh
what's
God,
happening next on
you can
Sonic.
hear me, right, Jake?
I can hear
Oh,
you.
shoot.
I'm doing a
Which?
little.
Gotcha. Which? We can't hear you, man. Oh,
Inside Out 2 is actually a great movie. Have you seen it?
man, I haven't seen it.
Uh,
Man, somebody does not want Witch to talk about Ultimates.
it's
Okay,
true.
okay.
I have to keep you
One
guys.
sec. Okay,
Okay.
Witch, you're back.
Okay, you guys took 500 million years talking about other shit, so it's my turn.
I was
Oh,
waiting for you to come back.
yeah. Go ahead. Talk.
So,
Continue.
so she was like, so Brian was like, "Okay, what happened to Shadow Village was no fault of mine." And Spider's like, "You said I curse you," and then a whole bunch of people fell into the earth. And freaking Briar was like, "You wish to speak of curses? It was you who cursed me, man. You were the one who kissed me to wake me up. I didn't want to be here." And so that basically proved that Spider was the one who woke her up. And I was like, I fucking called it. Now you two need to actually kiss and make up so that I could feel good about myself for once. Please, 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 please. Thank you. Anyways, so Spider's trying to bring her side of the story in, and Briar's like, "Yeah, you spindle thief, you freaking pervert." And so Briar gets whipped because remember they're still technically prisoners. And Briar's like, "Okay, so what reason would you have to want to kiss a freaking 100-year-old dead girl? Like, you weirdo." And Spider's like it's a custom within my people to give a kiss to the dead as a parting embrace. She definitely didn't know. Hey, put back up this
Sorry.
handsome ass
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
We'll talk about the little
Sorry.
girl later, okay? Leave
Sorry,
him up
sorry.
for a while.
That was
Thank
an
you.
accident. Yeah. Go
Yeah, that's
ahead.
what
Continue.
I thought. Anyways, so basically, and Briar's like, "This second life you bestowed me is full of agonies. What Satan awaits me next?" She was like, "This is the worst kiss I've ever had." And Spider "Worst kiss I've ever had." Now they need to kiss and make up so that they can make that first make up for the first kiss. If you catch my drift. Sorry. So
Got
Brian,
it.
I beg your fucking pardon. And Spider's like, "My life improved since my life was improving since you came along, but it's been upon shit, and I saved you with that kiss, and don't you fucking forget that." True that. True fucking that. Oh no, I can't look at this page. Oh, sorry, I just saw the next page. Anyways, so Briar's like, "Okay, just like you saved that other young maiden, the one that you killed." And Spider's like, "Hey, and freaking Briar's like, "Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, my bad." And Spider's like, "No, you're right, I did kill her. Trust me, I'm not I've done some bad shit in my life too, it happens,
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah.
so we leave our lovely girlies over here, where we cut over to a farm. And remember from the last issue, I brought up that Roop was taken by the cop people to basically be conditioned to be his son.
Yeah.
Well, we cut over to that. And so Roop is woken up by the guy in question and is like, "Hey, there's much work to do. You need It's like, we need to get you dressed and all this other stuff. And they fucking cut his hair. Ugh. I need to mourn. I read that first issue back like on Wednesday, and it still hurts. All I have is Adam. That's the only motherfucker I have who has not cut his hair. So let me mourn. Anyways,
Go for it.
So there's also a panel next to the one where they cut his hair, where they have to like fit him for shoes, and I think this boy has like some sensory issues to him, because he was like, no, please no shoes, they hurt my feet. And like the guy is like, nah, like they only hurt because like, you never had any good shoes or whatever. So basically they turn him into like this boring ass farm boy from like every farmer story ever, and they're trying to condition him to make him like his own son, and it's like and the guy who's like, don't you go trying to do some blood magic, it's like, our priest put a warding charm on the fucking village, so he won't be able to actually like use any of his magic, which sucks because he's pissed. He's like, I just wanted to vibe with my friends who saved me from getting killed by my fucking mothers, and now I'm here having to deal with you two, Like, I don't think the wife had any bad intentions, but I know damn well this guy definitely has some bad intentions, because he's the worst. He's already the worst. He made this boy cut. Like, he fucking cut Rupe's hair, and I'm pissed. It's on site. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go on that rant.
Yeah.
I needed to go on that. Anyways, we're going to cut over to the Crane Island prison, which is where Briar and Spider are at currently. Which they got off the boat. Great. Woo! Yeah. Anyway, so when they get there, Spider sees some cranes, and she's like, see the cranes, they're my friends, huh? Yeah. So it's all good. So we meet this warden. Her name is Astrid Straw, which is a pretty cool fucking name, and it fits the character design too. And she's like, oh yeah, and you guys are brought here because the world does not want you anymore, and you've been condemned. You belong with me now. You are condemned for life. Woo! I hope you fun, because I definitely will. Cause yeah, and so Briar's like, excuse me, and so Astrid is like, the legendary sleeping brat, welcome. I know I'm giving her this voice because it low-key kind of fits, but at the same time, I know it doesn't. I know she would probably have like some like a smoker's voice or something. I don't know why that's the voice that she might have, but whatever. And so Briar's like, okay, I should just let you know that you're crossing paths with Grendrid because you have me here. And Astrid's like, who the fuck gives a shit about that bitch? And honestly, fair enough. I get it. I fucking get it. Anyways, so Astrid basically calls onto the other guards to basically just like wash them, I guess you can say. And we get like some internal monologue from Briar over here, with like how her life is going. It's not going well, man. She's like, my harrowing is like a joke. My blood is poison to this realm. Roop sent into reform. Me and Spider are in shackles, like Bly, who's like that skeleton captain, he's like a freaking thing of bones in the ground, and this sucks. Like, maybe Glenn is right. It's like, no. We still got another issue before this next 4 issues ends, and I might have to wait another year and a half. So, anyways, so we cut over to nighttime, where Spider and Briar are in a freaking cell together, and that's fun, and it's bedtime, And Astrid's like, oh, I heard you spent a good 100 years of slumber. Hopefully you won't be dozing off anytime soon. You or your grimy blue friend. And how dare you talk about my girl Spider like that? I'm gonna beat your ass. Anyways, so Astrid's like, I say goodnight, but yeah. Anyways, they try to go to sleep, and they are woken up by some loud ass noises from Astrid, so yeah. And so we cut over to the next scene, and it's with Rube on the farm, basically it's church time apparently. So they're gonna try to baptize my witch boy. How fucking dare they? I'm gonna beat their ass. I need a moment to grieve. So yeah, they force him to go to church and all this other stuff, which is a crime. It's criminal. I'm gonna beat someone's ass. I'm surprised they have Christianity in this universe. I'm gonna have to talk to Chris Cantwell about that if I ever meet him. Anyways, so we cut over back to the fucking prison where Astrid is like, oh yeah, apologies to the newbies, like I must warn you that like the ships on our reefs, like they pass by every quarter hour, so they were woken up in the middle of the night. Just I forgot to mention that. So yeah, that's the rules. Here's the daily schedule at Crane Island. So we get a side-by-side shot of what Spider and Briar are doing at the prison and what Roop is doing on the farm. So it's basically morning. It's like morning and food time. So like early morning labor, 5-minute rest, afternoon breaking rocks. You know how it be. And they obviously they are miserable because 2 of them are in prison and 1 of them is being sent for Christian reform camp or whatever the fuck. Anyways, I'm annoyed. How dare they do this to my faves, to my besties, especially to my boy Roop. Like, how fucking dare you? He's my boy. Anyways, so we cut over to the next page where it's like, oh, dinner time, and then it's like nighttime. They have to go to bed, And so we see a panel of all 3 of them sleeping, which they're so cute when they sleep. Oh my god! Yeah. And so they are woken up in, in the middle of the night as they do. So yeah. Basically, from Briar and Spider's end, so Briar is talking to this one guy, and yeah, no, it's like pretty interesting. So one of them is like one of the prisoners is on the ground, and he's like low-key going through it because like he has a peg leg and he's probably gonna die soon, and it sucks. But guess what? They can't talk all too much because of the guards, and it sucks. So we cut over to Roop on the farm in the middle of the night, and we hear a voice talking to Roop like telepathically, kind of, and it's like, why do you cry, witch? And Roop is like, who did this? And basically we hear the voice again being like, it is I, witch, in the graveyard of the Shadow Village, buried in the cold ground. And guess what? We find out it's Bly who is buried, and there's like a sign that says like, beware devil bones, because he was brought back to life in the 4th issue. If you've read the first 4 issues of Briar, you would know that. And they have a really nice like conversation, because keep in mind, Bly can still talk to Roop because of the fairy blood, because remember, Roop is connected to one of the last fairies that was around when Briar was like first alive, I guess you can say, before she went to sleep. So honestly, this is the real father-son bonding right here. Like come on. Like, I love it. So basically, Bly is he's like, oh yeah, don't worry about me, I'm all good, even though I am just a pile of bones in a freaking grave. And so obviously Roop is really happy about that, and he basically explains to Bly that his magic stays quiet, and they basically turned him into something that he hates, And Bly is like, so I'm still proud. I'm proud of myself, like find the pride within yourself. Like, do not let that go, like, even though they pry it from your fucking hands, like find your fucking pride. And I'm like, agreed. Like, be the witch boy that you deserve to be, and let me grieve. Like, let me personally grieve, not the characters. Okay, let me grieve. But they're like, So we cut over to Briar's and Spider's cell, where we see Grendrid again. Yay! Anyways, so Grendrid pulls up, and Briar's like, wait a minute, I thought you only spoke to me in my dreams. What is this? And she's like, oh yeah, your witch pried a door open in your mind with that silly spell. So yeah. So thanks to Roop, now Grendrid has a better way of communicating with Briar without having to fucking give her nightmares every single fucking night. Right. She's still gonna do it because, she's sinister as shit, but whatever. Wow. Anyways, so yeah, after they have their little bit of a conversation where Grendrid just is like, telling her who she is and all this other stuff and how like Briar is cursed and all this other stuff. Briar's like, I am sick and tired of this shit. I just want to go to sleep. And you know what she does? She basically smashes her head into the brick wall, just being like, I want to sleep. I want to sleep. Like, let me sleep now. Let me sleep forever. And so she falls down on the ground. Like, she slides onto the ground, I should really say, from the wall. Like, half of her head covered in blood, all this other stuff, you know? And she's like, pretty cranes are only friends, you know, because they're the only motherfuckers that aren't trying to like make their lives worse. And so one of the cranes starts speaking and is like, good evening, princess. My name is Orin. Like, I'm here to help you out here. And now on to serious business. Shall we discuss your escape plans? And that's where the issue ends. Issue 8 is next month, so I will be talking about that. And I fucking swear, if I have to wait another 1.5 to 2 years to talk about this book again, I'm gonna lose my shit because I love this book so much. One thing I do want to bring up about, especially about the covers, is I like how all the main covers have all the characters with a very specific weapon. You know, like Spider and Roop have like short blades or like knives, while Briar and Bly for the next issue has swords, and I think that's really cool. But that's where the issue ends, and I need my time to grieve Roop's beautiful hair, because he looks good with long hair. He does not look good with short hair. And if you see the issue, you can agree with me on that. If you see any of the issues where he's in and you could see like his full face with his hair, like, you will agree with me on that. Anyways, yeah, that's issue 7. I love this cover. I don't like what they did to my my babies, you know, my baby characters. So yeah.
That's poster worthy in your eyes, witch, you know?
Oh my god, I only have Adam, who has not cut his hair. I hope he never cuts his hair. So to the artist, please do not cut his hair. I will be very upset.
Yeah.
Anyway, fun. Let's move on.
Okay, hold on a sec. Did you?
Yay! I Heart Skull Crusher issue 5. It's the end of this mini series, the finale. So we're cutting over. We're cutting over to the paintball tournament, like the big boy one that Trini and Co have been waiting for a long ass time. You know, like this is what Trini has been waiting for, you know, for this whole time. And it's gonna go down. And so basically we get introduced to Skull Crusher, like, officially, you know. And Trini's like, oh my god, she's like, Skull Crusher's gonna kill us. And then like the next panel is like, oh my god, Skull Crusher's gonna kill us. And so we cut over to Triangle Twin, which is what the twins are being called, Triangle Twin and Circle Twin. If you know, you know. Gotcha. And so Trini's like, oh my god, are you okay? And Triangle Twin is like, no, I got hit by a flying fucking rock. I think my arm's broken. And so Trini picks them up and is like, what are you doing? And she's like, running. We can't fight Skull Crusher and protect you. Like, I have to do both, you know? And so basically everyone's getting their ass beat over here, kind of. I mean, like, they're doing all right, you know? They're not doing awfully, but they're doing all right. Anyway, so we cut over to basically the motherfucker who runs this whole thing. And we see that why can't I remember words? That she's like basically has Trini's team's coach in chains. Like, he's in chains. And you know, like the leader is like, oh coach, I thought you should have a good seat, you know, like, for the match. And the coach is like, because you hold a grudge against my team, you know. And and Lordship, who I'm calling her, is like, oh no, I'm feeling nostalgic for the first time we met, you know. Like, you and Skull Crusher were so young and bright-eyed, you know, and now look at you guys. Ooh. Anyways, so basically they bring up the arena where they were all fighting and hanging out in, and guess what? It's gonna cause like a major fucking tsunami over here, so that's not fun. And so Trini sees this and she's like, oh my fucking god, holy shit. And so basically Triangle Twin falls to the ground, you know, and they're like, oh my god, now's our chance, like, everyone, like, go get Skull Crusher. And so guess what? They're gonna, like, that other team's gonna fail miserably, because if you know anything about Skull Crusher, she's gonna beat your ass. She's gonna kill you, man. And that's like in the rules of the game that if you need to, you can kill someone in this fucking game. And so we cut over to the coach and seeing like the past, you know, and that wasn't fun to see. So yeah, basically the coach and Skull Crusher had to face off to see who made it into the league. So that's basically it. And the coach is watching Trini, making sure that like trying to wake up Triangle Twin, and it's not fun. Anyway, so we see Circle Twin and our lovely mutant bear man. I think his name's Dan. No, that's not his name. I forgot what his name was. It doesn't matter what his name is. We're just gonna call him Bear Man because I forgot. So basically, Trini's like, "Where's Dan?" It's fine. And Trini's like, "Where's Dan?" And he's like, "Here." Like the arena's collapsed and took everyone else out. And so basically, before they can finish their conversation, Skull Crusher pulls up, and she's like, "Okay, which is why I told you at the ball you can't win this." And Trini's like, "Oh, that was her that I was talking to? Oh, we are fucked." Anyway, so Skull Crusher's like, "You studied me, right? So you really think you can beat me? Like, I wouldn't do the same?" So basically, she knocks out everyone else on the team. First starting out with Dan, then Circle Twin, and then our lovely Bear Man, you know? And she goes after Trini, and she's like, "You are my hero. I based everything off of you." And Skull Crusher's like, "There are no heroes in the waste." Like, and Trini's like, "You are why all of us are fucking here. You are our hero." And she's like, "Stop saying that." And Trini's like, "No, like, I've seen all of your matches." And Skull Crusher's like, "It's not the fucking first one, though. Like, the reason why I got to the fucking top is because I killed all of my fucking team members. They can't count that against you if all of your other team members, if you..."
Which?
Yes?
Okay,
Hello?
okay, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, Skull Crusher killed all of her fucking teammates to win, to get to the top. So, yeah. And Trini's like, "What are you talking about? What? Like, I didn't know that. What the..." You know? And so, and so basically before Skull Crusher can actually like kill basically kill Triangle Twin, Trini blocks the hammer with her arm, which is like, all right, that's a fucking death sentence for your arm. And basically Skull Crusher's like, "You're insane. You can't protect them." And basically Trini is like, "Okay, when I was 6, I fell in love with the game, with the women playing it, but mostly I love what the game stands for, a family, one you create and defend with every part of your heart. Everyone thinks that I'm insane, but I don't fucking care, man." Like, you know what's actually fucking crazy? Being unable to dream, you know? And I was like, I love that for you. Because it's true, man. Like, in these 5 issues, like, she made a whole fucking family for herself. Because if you remember, she's a fucking orphan living in a random-ass town in the middle of nowhere in the apocalypse.
Yep.
Ooh, sorry, I need to take a fucking breather, man, before I tell you what happens at the end. I tried to grab my other book. Where's my other book? Where is it? Sorry, I need to take a breather because I said that all in one breath. So basically, Trini gets the ball and makes the winning goal. And yeah, she wins. She wins the game against Skull Crusher. And like everyone's happy, like, "Oh my god, you know, this is great." Anyways, and so basically, the lordship, basically, I forgot what her name was. It's okay. Basically threatens her son about something I forgot. And basically she's like, "Okay, right now, I am considering a change of heir. So fucking call it." And basically the son is like, "Okay, that's all, folks. So Podunk little team wins." And so they all think that they're going to be on a team with Skull Crusher. But guess what? Only one person is joining Skull Crusher, and it's just the team captain. Everyone else didn't make it into Skull Crusher's team, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" So basically, Trini is in Team A, Circle Twin is in Team B, Triangle Twin is in Team C, Dan is in Team D, while Bearman is in Team E. So that's basically where the story ends. Basically, it's like, congrats, Trini Wastelander. How does it feel to win? And basically, that's where this arc of the book ends. So the next story arc is going to be called I Heart Skullcrusher Bubble City Blues. And who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in that next arc. So, yeah, that was I Heart Skullcrusher issue 5. It was a really good issue, and I recommend it. So, go read the book because go support your indies. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
want to take a sip of water? Want to take a sip of water before we get into the next book, Witch?
Yes, please set up the picture.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Bryce, I need a water break. I haven't had water in a minute.
Three simultaneous books in one go, audience. It ain't easy.
Give me a fucking minute, please. Okay. Whoo! I'll lay down after. I'm gonna take some ibuprofen and lay down.
Gotcha.
Anyways, Ultimate X-Men issue 5. So this is where we are. If you remember how it ends off, it's all great. Anyways, so we see someone watching a video of these 3 kids going after Tsubasa, who is Hisako's friend before he died, and that kid is like, oh, you're gonna cry, while holding a box cutter to the kid. And so we see this one guy watching the video, and we see this person comes up to him, kind of like from across where he was sitting, and she's looking at her phone and everything, and she goes sits next to him. And this is Serge, by the way, if anyone was curious. And she's like, oh, got any plans for summer break? And the guy's like, why? And she's like, oh, I need you to fix my computer. And he's like, again? Psychers always break electronics. And she's like, okay, gross, stop calling me that. You know I'm not like you. While she's watching the video of Hisako's like little thing that happened last issue. And she's like, wow, social media is scary. Like, you go viral on your public property just like that. And the guy is like, oh, that's Hisako Ichiki, right? And from that one high school. And Serge is like, stalker. And he's like, oh, yeah, we went to middle school together. And she's like, the suicide school? Because that's where Tsubasa died, remember? And
whoa.
Yeah, we find out this kid's name is Kageyama. So good to know. Now we know this kid's name, so I don't have to call him the kid, And she's like, okay, you creep. Like, you did this to her, didn't you? And he's like, no, not me this time. So, but I do have some good secrets, though. And she's like, you gotta tell me. And he's like, maybe one day. And she's like, you suck. And Kageyama is like, oh, I have to go. My friend is calling me. And she's like you have friends. And he's like, nice. Like, have a nice summer. Like, don't quote unquote work too hard. And I'll get into that later. And she's like, buzz off, loser, So we cut over to Hisako, where she's chilling with May, with like a creepy shadow around her, watching her, as you do. And she's like, I don't know how to explain. This thing keeps stalking me. And it's like, dude, that accident was not my fucking fault. And so we see this spirit thing basically consume May. And it's like, okay, now, Hisako, that's your trauma speaking. Although I suppose I'm to blame for stirring that darkness up inside you. And we see like this like creepy goo thing consumer, And Hisako's like, wait, May, like, who are you? Like, why do you keep fucking following me? Because like I would be kind of spooked too. And this the shadow thing is like, I told you, I want to be friends. Like, we're the same. We have powers that normal people can only dream of having. Like, we are superior, bestie. And we see this voice being like, I can't remember. Like, those eyes, I've seen them somewhere. And keep in mind, this was just Hisako zoning out the entire time. And May is like, yo, hello, anyone home? So basically, she's hanging out with May and Nico, by the way, if you were curious. So May is like, yo, snap out of it. Like, I know that video freaked you out, but you're the one who wanted to talk to Nico. And Hisako's like, oh, yeah, sorry about that. So anyways, Nico, you're a psychic, right? Like, I wanted to see if you can, like, do a reading on something for me real quick. And she puts out the talisman after Nico's like, please show me what it is. Like, what's up? And Nico's like, oh, okay, this is interesting. What exactly do you want to know? And Hisako's like, oh, who gave me this? Like, if you know who it is. so I can report it to the police and all that other stuff. And May is like, are you kidding me? You think the cops are gonna believe a psychic vision from a random ass fucking protection element? Or what we saw in the anatomy room? And Nico's like, okay, shut up. If we can begin, because Nico's great. So basically, she grabs her magnifying glass and she's like, where did you come from? I don't know. And she sniffs it for some reason. And she's like, blood? And a symbol? Because they're like outside of the little character etching, like inside the armor, we see like a little spiral thing with an X in it. That will come into importance later. And May's like, oh my gosh, she's checking it. She's really reading it, And so when Nico's doing her thing, it starts to like look like it's melting or whatever, and she's like confused. And May is like, okay, what did you do? Like, have some kind of magic or something? And Nico's like, well, no, it wasn't. And so basically she puts her magnifying glass and it breaks. The magnifying glass breaks and she's like, what? And it like cuts her, but that's not important. And Nico's like, okay, that should not have happened. And so we cut to the next page after we see a Venom War zombie ad, but don't worry about that. Basically, we see a whole bunch of black goop like exploding out of it, and it freaks out Hisako and May. And you remember Kageyama from earlier? Well, we see him basically with this helmet on, and he's like, not yet. We need more time to get to know each other. And we see this shadowy, goopy blob thing being like coming out of this like the table, and Nico's like, "What the fuck is that?" And Hisako's like, "That's the thing I fucking told you about." And so Nico's like, she grabs a book and she's like, "Be gone!" and basically smashes it. It's like how you smash a bug, but for some reason she doesn't use the heart, like the outside part of the book. She uses the inside of the book, but I guess like nerves and like, I get it. And May's like, did you get it? And Nico's like, okay, that thing's been fucking stalking you. And basically the shadow goopy thingy starts coming out again. And so Nico holds out her magnifying glass, and it basically turns into the Staff of One. You know how like Nico has the Staff of One? Basically it turns into that. Okay. And she basically was able to get rid of the shadowy figure thingy with her staff, Yeah. And Hisako's like, whatever you're doing, it's fucking working. Keep going. And May is like, I didn't know you could do that. And Nico was like, I did not either. What just happened? Like, my grandma gave this to me, so I guess there was a lot more than we thought. And so Hisako grabs her little talisman. Nico like basically sees like the bit of blood on her face, and basically, if you know anything about the Staff of One, it basically like summons when blood is like connected, like makes a pact with it, if you catch my drift. And so Nico's, okay, I've read about this in my grandmother's research, so it's gotta be fucking true. So anyways, we head over to Surge in a room talking to this guy, and this guy is like, what's your plans for summer break? Like, can I call you? And she's like, I don't know. And basically it shows the scar that Surge has on her leg. We don't know where exactly it comes from, but it's fine. So this like creepy old guy, because it's a creepy old guy, he's like, I didn't know you had that scar on your thigh. Like, can I touch it? Like, I'll be gentle. And basically she grabs his head. And you want to guess what she does? Do you want to guess? No? No one wants to guess? Because I think this will be pretty fun if you guess.
They all went together and believed in the power of friendship.
They hugged it out.
Basically, they hugged it out. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, sure. She totally does not put her head on this guy's hand and uses her electrical powers to basically kill this guy and take his money. And leave.
So hug of death. I was right.
Oh, kind of. More like one hand on the head.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, nuh-uh, perv. Like, you pay for my time, nothing else. And basically, like I said, she kills him, take his money, and then leaves. So I think she might have to do prostitution for some reason. I don't know. Anyways. Oh, yeah, I forgot Sunfire is running the country of Japan in this story, in this universe. I forgot. So basically, she spits out a piece of gum at Sunfire, and basically she walks past Meg and Nico, who are going home, and May is like, in her mind, she's like, she looks like trouble and not the fun kind. So Nico, so basically she asked Nico like, hey, so about our powers. So you said that we were quote unquote mutants. You think that shadowy ooze dude is a mutant too? And Nico's like, possibly, I don't know. And May is like, you think Hisako's okay to be left alone? She still looks pretty shooken up about the video and everything. And Nico's like, she's not a child. She'll get over it. Even if we find out who the culprit is behind that shadow, Hisako still needs to face her fears or like nothing else will. And May's like, yeah, you said something about a pact with blood. Is that how I got my powers too? I got scratched by a cat. And Nico says like this Latin phrase or whatever. I don't know how to say it. Like sangus something. I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. And she's like, blood is only the initiator. Who did you make the pact with and why? Like the pact with and why? And May's like, if I knew that, we wouldn't need your help. You're the big psychic here. Tell me. And he goes like, I've heard only rumors. And so we cut over to Kageyama, and basically his mom was like, yo, like we gotta go. And he's like, yeah, yes, mother. And basically Nico in a narration bubble says of a cult that does rituals with blood. Like they have secret chambers hidden without like what looks like fucking office buildings or whatever. Like one theory says they gather to experiment, to learn. They call themselves Homo Superior. And it's like, what? A Homo Superior what? And Nico's like, Homo Superior mutants. You know, like this cult believes that like they are gonna be the next step in humanity and all this other stuff. You know, and like one of the guys, like I saw the sigil on the thing that Nico gave us, the talisman, like the thing that Nico gave us. No, not Nico, Hisako. What the fuck am I saying? Too many words, too many names I'm saying right now. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. And she's like, my grandmother was obsessed with this cult. Like, I read all of her research and everything. I thought it was a myth. And May's like, okay, let me get this straight. So we're going to have to fight an entire cult. Keep in mind, there's children in this cult too, by the way. Just thought I'll let you know that. And May's like a whole bunch of people with powers like us. Like, are you kidding me? And Nico's like, okay, don't get ahead of yourself. First, we have to find out if they even exist, first off foremost. If they have anything to do with Hisako and her freaking shadow stalker. And May's like, and then we fight them. So we have to get this last page started. So this is where I'm starting to say that this is starting to become an X-Men book, okay? For you guys, it's starting to become an X-Men book, whatever. So May is like, okay, we're fighting bad guys. We're going to need a team name. I got it. X-Team. And he goes like, why X-Team? And May is like, because we all have bad grades. A bunch of X's on our test. And he goes like, speak for yourself. I have an excellent grade. Besides, we're not elementary school now. And so May's like, okay, then how about Secret Society, X-Men? And he goes like, X-Men, I guess, sounds better than team. And May's like, oh, then you can invite Natsu and Mori too. Don't want to leave anyone else out. Do they have powers? So basically we get a to be continued with Hisako basically just like thinking about life. Mori, who is just being adorable, and then Natsu, who is just being chill. You know, and we do get another lexicon, and I'm not going to really get into that today. It's something about like baby teeth. Don't worry about it. Anyways, yeah, that's basically it. We're going to have to wait till next month to see what happens with Surge, Kageyama, Hisako, and the rest of our little X-Men team. Yeah, that's it.
So basically, by the end, they just mentioned themselves as X-Men.
Because keep in mind, like I said, there is no X-Men right now. There's not an X-Men team in the traditional sense because of what the maker did. So, yeah, this is a really good book. And like I said, next week I'm talking about 2 issues of Avengers Academy, and if you're lucky, I might talk about Namor.
Gotcha. Jake, does this feel like an X-Men issue?
Yeah, I guess. I have to read it myself. But
okay.
Yeah, we got to see Nico unlock her powers with her class staff of 1. To all my Runaways fans.
True.
I'm very interested in why Peach Momoko decided to have Surge do what she does. But honestly, the thing that like when she killed that old guy, I was like, damn, pop off, queen.
Gotcha.
As long as she's not Islamophobic, we're all good because she definitely was when we first met her in 616.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right.
That's it.
We were able to get through it all.
Yeah,
Wow.
like I said, bother
Just
me
a
on
little
social
bit.
if you want me to talk about San Diego Comic-Con.
Just a little bit past the 1 a.m. mark. So.
Sorry,
All right, guys.
But hey, that was our episode. That was our
Yep.
episode. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. What do you want to see from us? Tomorrow, stay tuned. We will be doing our comic reviews. We'll be having some good doozies to talk about. And yeah, if you, this is just for me, if you watch Pokemon Horizons, tell me that you don't think that Liko and Dot are gay for each other. Okay.
Yeah. All
Okay,
right.
cool.
All right. Well, with that, audience, we'll see you all next time. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.